All right, I've done some of these old guys, done some of these medium age guys. Now time to do one of the younger guys. I met Julio at Super D Northwest, and he like absolutely ripped in a stock SR on 15 Silvia. Cool styling, good driving. Interesting dude. This is a pretty funny one. So, and don't worry, I will fix the audio. I'm gonna figure it out. It's the last thing I do. I promise. Scout's honor.
Yo, what do you do for work? I've been trying to figure that out. I'm sure you mentioned it in one of your things.
No, I haven't.
Is it some tech related stuff?
Yeah, I'm like a.
I remember you saying something with Jason about trying to figure out his freaking homework, which looked fucking impossible, bro.
It actually wasn't
so
crazy.
gnarly.
I never seen it before, but it was essentially just like a Arduino, like moving a arm around. I do control system programming, but I don't do that anymore. I like design the systems for the control system programming now. Mm-hmm. So like I'm still like a programmer, but I like architect the systems now. Yeah, it sounds fancier than it is. I'm just a fucking scrub who said if you can't beat him in SF, join him. You know?
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, my homie's an electrical engineer. I was with him while he was doing like work meetings and shit. And it's like, I don't know, you hear electrical engineer, you're like, damn, you're like fucking in a lab doing some fucking, there's a big ball with voltage and you're like, that's like, I don't know. If I think electrical engineer, like my 12-year-old brain thinks of that.
Yeah. Like no, they just wiring up relays and stuff, dude. They're just making brake lights turn on.
Well, I sat through one of his work meetings because we were going to pick up some shit. And it's like, I don't know, these dudes in a conference call just saying like random shit, just looking at schematic. And you're like, yeah, should we put this thing here? Like, oh, there's a turbo here. I don't know, a bunch of random shit. I was like, oh, I did not picture this is what you did.
Yeah. So I do it for like audio visual systems mainly, right? So like big like auditoriums for like companies that make cell phones that you probably have, and other stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. I fell into it. What about you, man? What do you do for what's
right now? I'm not working, but I worked as a tech for Toyota for 4 years, and then pulled too many pranks, got canned. So
really?
Yeah, me and my homie would just fuck around too much, and then I don't know. One of them they didn't think it was too funny.
Damn.
Yeah, but no hard feelings. I don't know. They're pretty much like saying how we could come back in 6 months. So, and that was back in December. So technically I could go back and be like, yo, let me get a job.
So they were like, turn in your badge and your gun. You're suspended.
Pretty much. Yeah. They were like, yeah, it was not. Yeah. Looking back, it's pretty retarded, but you know, I can always go back.
Yeah. Nacho, my shopmate,
sucks.
He's a master tech at Lexus.
Yeah.
And he's not working really much right now either. They're like, I think he works like a couple days a week or something, or even less than that. So,
yeah, they took quite a hit with Corona shit.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up,
dude. Yeah, shit's wild. Like the world is coming to an end.
Yeah, save your pennies. But I'm going drifting in 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, well, I'm about to go this weekend.
Nice. Where are you drifting at?
Park.
Oh, there's an event at Park?
Yeah, they're doing summer jam. It's like a 3-day.
Whoa, dude! Park is such a nice track.
Dude, I was stoked for Final Ball because I haven't driven there in like, I don't know, over a year. They did like a little street league like competition thing, and I drove that. But kind of, it's like 2.5 hours driving, so it's kind of a mob. But
yeah, where do you live in Washington, or are you?
Yeah, so I'm like a little north of Seattle. So I'm like 30 minutes south of Aaron, like Lake. Okay. I don't know. Probably don't know where that is, but
nope.
Just a little north. Yeah, just a little north of Seattle. So it's cool.
That's cool. Yeah. So how old are you, man?
How can you guess?
Dude, you're either like 27 or you're like 18. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm 25.
Okay.
But yeah, I've looked the same for, I don't know, since I was like 17, honestly.
Same.
So if I shave my face, it's like the same.
Yeah, my girlfriend says I still dress like I'm 17. I take that as a compliment, but I don't know if it's a compliment.
Dude, yeah. I think I bought when I was young. I definitely bought everything in XL because, like, I don't know, it's fucking dope.
That was it, dude.
Half of my shit still fits. Like, I still wear the same t-shirts. Like, save so much money. Like, I never have to buy clothes because, like, all my hoodies fit, all my shit fit.
Yeah, and bought everything in black because you work on cars.
Yeah.
Nothing will make it.
Yeah.
How old were you when you got into drifting?
I must have been like 16.
How'd you find drifting? I always like find this really interesting with,
dude.
I mean, you're not like younger, but
yeah. I think so I was into skating. Like, the way I'm in drifting now is how I used to skate. Like, all I wanted to do was skate. That's all I talked about. Like, I didn't look at anything else. But this one day I was playing Need for Speed Shift. Like, not even underground, like none of the cool shit. I was playing Need for Speed Shift, and they had like a drift mode in it. And like, I don't know, I sat there and played it for like an hour, and I was like, damn, this is fucking dope. And I'd already seen Tokyo Drift, but like it didn't click or anything.
That's how Jason got into drifting.
Tokyo Drift?
He watched Tokyo Drift with his,
dude, yeah.
I think with his grandma, he said. Him and his grandma went and saw Tokyo Drift, and then he bought like a S13.
Oh, wow.
As his first car.
I can't remember when I must have been way younger.
Had to have been.
I think I saw Tokyo Drift, and I was like, damn, that was dope. But like, I don't know. I didn't think much of it. But I played, Need for Speed, and I was like, damn, there's like drifting. That was dope. But it was like kind of whack, like stadium drifting. I don't know. It was like a weird drift mode. And then I started playing Forza a bunch. And then I bought an S13.
Whoa. What led you to buy an S13?
Damn. What led me to buy an S13? I used to watch, Walker Wilkerson?
Yeah.
Yep. I think that was like the first, like, my first memories of watching YouTube videos of drifting. It's like Walker, because he's from Seattle. He used to drive in Monroe. I never saw him in person or everything. I've never met him. But like, I'll see if I have these glasses. Oh, yeah.
You're like, yo, that's the car, dude. I need that one.
Dude, pretty much. He had a coupe.
Yeah.
I got a hatch, but then I was like, fuck, I need a coupe now.
Oh, man.
Dude, he had like a little bundle thing that was like $15. It was like these glasses and like a postcard. And I was like, fuck yeah.
His car was pretty cool back in the day.
Yeah. And like, I think that he had like, there's this one like 15-second like clip of him doing like a back entry at Atlanta, I think. And I was like, damn, if that was sick.
You're like,
I got an S13, and like, it was kind of shitty. It was like a shitty single cam. Like, I didn't know how to work on cars at all. I had a bad trans. Like, it was like, the person told me that it was like a bad throw bearing, and I fucking believed him. I was like, okay. And I drove it, and I was like, dude, it just sounds so bad. Like I was scared to go drifting with it. I think I did like a few like parking lot skids and whatever. Mm-hmm. And I ended up selling it. I got a Miata, and then I started drifting that. Whoa. And like the S13, like the next day, the dude's like, yo, like, I told him that my mechanic told me that the throw bearing is bad. And he's like, yo, like the tranny blew up, get a new mechanic. And I was like, fuck, my bad. Oh. Dude, it was shitty. But then he was like,
was it a friend or was it?
No, it was some random dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, trains were cheap then. So he's like, I got one already, don't worry. I was like, all right.
All right, so it worked out.
Yeah, I started drifting in like a 1.6 Miata, like open diff.
Ooh.
Just in the rain, like that's the only time I could drift.
My homie from like my first team that I was on, like it was like a team that we just like assembled, and it was like this dude I worked with, and then his roommate, and then like we kind of just started adding people, but like he drifted a 1.6 Miata, and it just had like coilovers and a welded diff, and people were like kind of surprised he could do it, but you can do it.
Yeah.
I drove it once. It's like, you got to like really commit, and it's really snappy. Like you got to be,
dude.
Be quick with the corrections.
It's, I think it's like kind of a shitty car. Like if you want to do like competitive drifting, or like if you want like a gnarly drift car.
Yeah.
Well, for like learning all the basics, like it couldn't have been like a more perfect car.
Yeah, because you jump in anything else and you're like, oh, this is butter, dude.
Dude, yeah. So I drove that for a while, and then I got another one. I got like a 95M, which I still have, and it has like a Torsen LSD, and like it was a 1.8, so a little more, like a hair more power. And I started drifting that. Like that's when I started getting comfortable. And then at Evergreen, they started doing like cageless tandems on the infield. Like,
nice.
So like, yeah, that's when I started popping off, and I was like, damn. But the car was like the car was like pretty mint. Like I did not deserve to get that car. It was like 39,000 miles. Like I got it, and like in 12 hours, like I rolled the fenders and lowered it. Like I fucked it up.
I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to crash this. And then like, I found like an auto single cam S13, like 2-tone manual, swap that, and then started drifting that. And I was like, this is fucking dope. Like the S13, like I was like, this is the shit.
Yeah.
But like I'd driven the Miata for so long, like even S13 at like whatever stock angle, I was like, this is fucking butter.
Yeah, stock angle Miata, stock angle, stock motor Miata with like the Torsen diff is, I've drifted one. It's hard. Like it is challenging. And
like, you know, when you're at Lockheed,
that explains a lot.
Yeah. Dude, and I always tell people, like, and they're like, what should I get? Should I get an S13? I'm like, well, if you can find one, go for it. But like, you could probably get a Miata for like dirt cheap.
There's so many people who like got Miatas to drift and then just given up on drifting.
Dude, yeah. It's a slippery slope. For a while, I remember seeing like, every Miata owner around me was like treating them like S13s, like beating them shit. And then like, I don't know. Yeah, they'd struggle to drift. And I was like, yeah, it's hard. But I don't know. It's a good learning car. Like my girl drifts a Subaru. She has a GC8 that she did like real wheel drive and like all that. And it's hard to get angle out of it.
Yeah.
I know once she like upgrades to any other chassis, it's like,
it's over.
It's over. I'm getting knocked out.
Coming for you.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get like an S14. She wants to get an S14. I'm fine for her to get any ass chassis and she'll fucking kill it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can drift those like obscure cars and then you jump in a car that's like pretty easy to set up and pretty comfortable to drift in right off the bat, like it's so nice. I mean, I started in S chassis, so, but I drifted like weird, like automatic open diff cars, like when I was younger. And then once I got an S chassis, I was like, oh, this car's like meant to do this.
Yeah. I have an Integra, like an 87 Integra. And I used to go to McDonald's. I guess I feel like this. I don't know why I was doing this, but this is before like my whole drifting thing clicked. But I'd grab trays, like tuck them under my shirt, walk out, go to a parking lot, lock the e-brake, do that. They'd only last like 30 seconds, which was shit.
Yeah, you'd burn through them super quick. I did it too.
Dude, yep. And then this one was fucked up looking back. Like if I owned, I don't know if I had trash cans, but I would go like drive around, like take people's plastic trash cans, like take lids off and then like do that same shit because I didn't want to keep going to McDonald's.
Dude, you gotta get the milk crates. That's the move. You get the milk crates and they're like super thick and it goes forever. I actually learned that. I learned that at my friends and I were friends with some like people in Vallejo that we're not friends with anymore because they're in jail for a long time. But we went to one of they did a video shoot and I learned that because they had like a Buick on like 24s or whatever, and they just like rolled up on these milk crates and like locked the e-brake and just kept going. They went for like, I don't know, half an hour or something.
Damn.
They're super thick.
Damn, yep. I need to get on that.
Yep.
I need to do that now in the S13. Save tire.
Walk them on the front.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah.
So I actually really like your car is like super unique, right? Like I saw you at.
I just added some flames.
Nice. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. So you did like your paint flames over the like carbon hood essentially.
Yeah.
It's like paint.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pick this up. It's it's a carbon Kevlar like layer, and then I just masked the flames and sprayed the flames.
Sick.
And originally I was trying to tint it so like you could still see the Kevlar behind the flames.
Yeah.
But I completely fucked it up and had to do it again. And I didn't want to it would be too hard to like evenly sand everything.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'll just paint it like full color. And it came out good. I don't know.
That's cool. I like it. Yeah, you have like
photos.
Yeah, you have like a super unique car style that I haven't seen. Yeah, it was cool. I was like, oh, this is a sick car. And then you went out and you like actually ripped too. And I was like, dang, man, like you're throwing down in the comp.
Dude, cool. I was super stoked on that.
It's
baby
nice.
tires.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's always crazy to see the like. So there's this winter jam that happened near us, and like Jason has this friend that he's known for a while, but he like went to Japan for like a super long time and came back with like the Naoki pants and like just like he's like real like kind of just not like he doesn't drift that much or something, and he showed up with like 15s and like worked a bunch of people. I think he got like second or first or something.
Yeah.
It was like super impressive. It was in the rain too, and it was kind of that same thing where it was a Silvia front coupe 15s, and I was like, oh shit, like this is that same kind of thing. But yeah, you were like on people, man. It's cool to see the cars with that setup still able to be like competitive, because you think it's just like a style thing.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh man, okay, that actually works.
Dude, it's surprising. I don't know. I don't get too like into like the gnarly physics of like whatever's going on in the rear. Like people obsess about grip and stuff, but I'm on the small tire just because they're cheap. They're like $6. But like, yeah, I've driven with some people and they're like on some meaty tire. And I wonder if it's like has to do with like the way the sidewall rolls over, because they're 195 60s. They're like Prius tires.
Yeah.
I always can like pull away from people.
That's on crazy.
Like a compound tire.
Do you run like a low tire pressure or something? Or you?
In the rain, yeah, I'll try to like. I've definitely run like to where the tire almost looks flat sometimes. I remember this one competition at Park. I think all 3 rounds were like wet, and I'd run like fucking like 18. But it was like perfect. Like I could gap everyone.
That's not even crazy low, man. Like
no
secret sauce. Like Julian and Jason then like go down to like 15 sometimes with like a 265. Yeah.
I'll have to try that. I wonder if it's different with like a wider tire though. I've never really run a wide tire. I've run like 215s once.
That's crazy, man.
Like that's the widest I've run.
Yeah, and you're like pretty much stock SR or?
Yeah, it's T28 S15 and then just like a high mount.
Sick.
Yeah, and I had fucked up the ignition timing, so the car felt really slow for a while. But like I don't know, right now it feels like it fucking romps. Like I'm hella gonna drive. Like it feels fast.
That's sick, man. Do you have like standalone or are you?
No, factory ECU.
Stock ECU. Yeah. That was like
that's like least amount of shit because I hate like I don't know. I worked on cars like at work, like I don't know, close to 12 hours a day. Yeah. Like the last thing I wanted to do was come home and have to work on my own car.
I hear that. I was a car audio installer for like 6 years, and as soon as I stopped doing that, I like actually wanted to work on my car. Like
that's how I'm now.
Yeah, like, I was like I had this like really terrible like desk job that I hated, and I would just be sitting like looking at parts, and like as soon as I got off work, I'd like mob to my friend Matt's house and like go work on my car. Like, it's a different thing.
Yeah, you get burnt out pretty quick. It was cool for like I had access to like an alignment rack and like a lift, so I could like do all that shit. But yeah,
but no.
But I mean, I'll probably go back in like a month or 2. But I went to school for it, so I have some solid time invested in it. It's like it's a fine career, but I don't know. My back hurts. I'm 25. My back hurts.
Man, that's because they make you do all the like young back jobs.
Dude, yep. There was like a recall for like Tacomas. Like the leaf springs are heavy as fuck. And it's like, yeah, here's this bullshit. Or like, I think the worst was like crawling under dash. Like, I don't know. You do a ton of airbags at Toyota.
Oh man,
crawling under the dash. Like that was the worst.
Dude, so like when you do a car alarm, like you're literally under the dash. You can take it apart all you want, but like you're up in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm 6'5", man, so I'm like laying on my back with like my feet out the door, just like miserable, trying to like solder wires like above my head and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't miss that at all. But you know what?
It's good shit. I don't know.
It was cool. I learned how to work on cars. I learned how to do wiring. That's helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think originally when I started going to school to like, I don't know, be a tech, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna learn all this shit just to apply to my own car so I can do everything myself. So
you're like, all right.
More or less worked out because now I can just do whatever I need to. Now I have tools at home too.
That's nice, huh?
Yep.
You're like, yeah, I can put some serious time in.
Yep. It's nice.
What do you think? Like, so you got into drifting kind of when drifting was already a thing, right? Like it was in video games. It was like, it was out there. It was like pretty accessible. Like how did you pick, like, how did you not? So here's the thing, like there's like a lot of people that get into drifting and they go, oh, FD, I want to do that because that's what they see. Or like, oh, I want to do this. Like, how did you kind of like find your style within like car build, driving style and whatnot?
Mm-hmm. I guess I just always, I don't know, with the FD stuff, like, I don't know, people would always be like, oh, are you trying to do FD and all this stuff? And like, I feel like I just, from an early age, saw like, that shit's so expensive. Like, unless fucking Rockstar is like, yo, here's a car. It's like, I don't know, doesn't seem feasible. So like, I don't know, just try to go for like the cheap, not like cheap stuff, but like everything budget. Like that's why I'm on small tires now. It's like, for a while, when I first started working at Toyota, I would take Prius tires, like old Prius tires that aren't like roads legal. And like I remember next to my stall, I had like, dude, maybe like 20 tires stacked. So then I'd mount those all up and go and like just save save all the money I could. But yeah, I don't know. In terms of like car styling, I don't know, just people on Instagram. I don't know. All the Australians, I realized that all the Australians, like if I was over there, like, fuck, that'd be dope.
Some cool people, man.
Yeah, and they style all their cars like we have the similar style, like small wheels, like funky aero, and then like go hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bullshit. But just trying to save money.
To go out there, man.
Dude, I met some Australians. I was over in Japan in January, and I went over to Yashio factory for like the barbecue. And I met some Australians, and they're like, I don't know, homies, all the like, I don't know, people who are over there. So
sick. Was that your first time in Japan?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was fucking lit.
Yeah.
It was fucking lit. Yeah, I have a homie, my friend Roselle, with his company's Buy Now Japan, and he does like importing, exporting, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I have a friend down here who they're like business partners, so we all met, and he let me come stay at his house once I got fired. I like hit him up. I was like, yo, can I come visit? He was like, yo, tell me when you can book your ticket. So it was lit. So like, I don't know. I think it's different. I got really lucky. It's like different than most people's like, I don't know, Japan trips. Like everyone wants to go over there and drift. But like I went over there and like Roselle has like cars sitting around. So yeah, so he had like an R32. It's like beat, but like drifts. And we went over to Nico and stuff and like drove that. Fucking lit. Dude, it was life-changing. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you go to any other tracks or just Nico?
No, just Nico. We went for like the car make event.
Oh, sick.
And then just another like open drift. I don't know. But yeah, because I think Ebisu was there's too much snow on the mountains.
Winter.
There. Yeah. But
winter. Yeah, it's a rough time to go to Japan as far as like to get to go drifting. So you're pretty lucky. That's cool.
Yeah. It was fucking dope.
What was your favorite part that like wasn't drifting involved, I guess?
Probably all the weird ass sex stores.
Dude, I was just talking about that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. On the Final Bout stream, I was like, dude, they had, because we were watching like an option, like a D1 round from like Sekia Hills. And they had the like they had the OS Geiken girls like with their like thing. And I was like, dude, I went to a sex shop with my girlfriend and they had one of the like actual. I
that's
think
it.
it was like GT something. It was like some made up brand or whatever. But it was like the like fucking like Japanese umbrella girl like costume, and I was like, I should buy this, and I didn't, and I regret it to this day. Like they have some weird shit too, man.
Dude. Yeah, I was over there for one of the weeks. My friend was there the whole time, and like I don't know, he wasn't really about the weird sex stores, but once he dipped, like I remember this one time I just went to Tokyo the whole day. I would just on my phone be like, where's the nearest weird ass sex store? Go in there, browse around, see the weird ass. And it was, dude, I don't know, it was dope. Like you just walk in there, there's other people looking at weird shit, and you're like, yo, we're here just browsing. Like it was dope. I think that was my favorite. That and just like eating ramen.
Yeah. Yeah, you eat ramen there and you come back and you're just like,
yeah,
I'm good. Like they ruined it for me.
Dude. Yeah.
There's some spots that are like okay, but it's like it just doesn't compare. Like an okay spot in Japan is like 4 times better than like anything here.
Yeah, they take their ramen real seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, sushi was super good too though. Like cheap and good versus here it's like cheap and garbage.
Yeah, we went when we were there for Super D. I was with all the Wolf Rain dudes, and we went and got sushi at this like one spot that I found on Yelp or like on because like you use like the Google ones or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember how I found it, but we went there. We went upstairs, and they like sat us upstairs in like the like little like like cross your legs tables. And there was like hella just businessmen like getting shit faced, like smoking inside. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Like, this is going to be real good. Dude,
that sounds fucking lit.
It was the best sushi of my life. We're like drinking heavy. It was cool, man. Like, I like those experiences, man. Like we went out for Halloween and it was like insane. Like actual Halloween night. Like, it was crazy. There's like Hummer H2s on like 32-inch rims, like with like Lamborghini doors, and there's like a gang of like 20 of them. And then over here, there's like lowriders, and then there's like people on motorcycles, and then like Bozazoku bikes, like cutting through lanes, and there's just people like drinking in the street and stuff. It was like, okay, have you been to Osaka yet?
No, I haven't.
Gotta check that out.
But I ran out of time. I was supposed to go back last month. I came back more or less, I don't know, to be with my girlfriend and set the car up for final bout. And then I was going to go back for 3 months.
Oh, shit.
And then all the fucking Corona shit hit hard and like everything got canceled.
How long were you there for?
All of January.
Oh, shit. It's like a whole month.
Yeah.
Nice. So you got to drift, you got to like mess around.
I went to like I went to a lot of garages, like
nice.
I had a little K van that I could borrow. So I just like drove around, went to a bunch of like arcades, the Sega arcades.
Yeah.
They're fucking lit.
How weird is it like driving over there, like on the road?
I feel like I got used to it at one point, but like you'd have random moments of like, you'd like come up to us like whatever cross street and you'd like look and be like, oh, there's no one coming on this side. Like no shit, because they fucking driving this way. And like one time I almost got fucking wrecked. Yeah. Like if I hadn't like looked over and slammed on the brakes, like would have dusted the van. But other than that, it was good.
It's always like weird at first, and then you're like, oh, I'm comfortable, and then you get checked like that. You're like, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, you're like, holy shit! Like I need to like out loud be like, stay on this side of the road. Yeah.
When we were going like back and forth from Osaka to like N Style a bunch when we were working on that car that Julian bought, and like we were getting back like later and later at night because we were like, we'd like go party the night before, and then we like go work on the car. We get there at like 3:00. We'd be there till like 6 in the morning. And, like driving back, like we had to like switch off because like you'd be super tired and you'd end up like in the wrong lane. You're like, all right, this is bad. And, like, towing the cars in New Zealand, like towing. We were towing with a high ace, like a high ace with a car trailer, and then like one of the C's cars on it, and like. Dude, you're like, you have to pay so much attention because you're like towing and like you're on the wrong side. Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that'd be fucking stressful. I've never towed anything, but I don't know. Even just thinking about towing the car on a trailer, I don't know, it stresses me out, honestly.
That's not that bad. So you drive to every event? Like throw wheels in it and just mob? Yeah. Nice.
Pretty much.
Do you have a daily?
I guess. Yeah. I mean, like this thing's been incredibly reliable. Like right now, this is my only insured car.
Oh wow! So you drive that thing like you drive that thing everywhere. Like you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to the store.
Yep. Like if I'm gonna go skate, I'm taking this car.
Sick, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've gotten extremely lucky with this SR and how hard I beat it. Like I just change the oil like all the time, and I don't know. That's it.
That's cool, man. You guys are pretty lucky up there in like Washington with your relaxed laws on emissions. Us in California, it's like we can't do anything.
Oh yeah, huh? Because of the what do you guys have over there?
Smog.
Yeah. What is? I don't even understand what smog is, honestly.
Every 2 years they put your car, if it's before 2000, every 2 years they put your car on rollers, and they'll put like a emission sniffer in the exhaust, and they'll plug into the engine computer and like scan it for any possible codes. So if you have a code, it fails, and if it fails out of the tailpipe, it also fails.
Oh fuck.
So that's anything pre-2000, and then anything after 2000, it's just a plug-in diagnostic. So like any check engine lights or whatever. But like, obviously you can't swap a motor because they like go this VIN is supposed to have this ECU, you know?
Oh damn. That's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
So even if you had like a random ass check light, your car would fail and like your dust. Damn.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't really give a fuck over here. I don't know. Like, they do like emissions like up until like 95, I think. And that's it.
Up until 95?
Right now,
and after
95
that?
And before you don't have to do emissions. So after 95, you have to do emissions.
Okay. Wow.
Like,
wow, dude, that's so nice.
Yeah. So like I had to do emissions one last time on like my Miata. It's a 95, and now I can do whatever. But I run a cat and shit. Like
it's 25 years.
Yeah.
So ours was supposed to be 25 years, but then they stopped it and just had it end at like 1972, and now it's everything.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. What the hell?
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of lame, but you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
California, we got nice weather, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah, fuck, I'd trade you guys. Actually, I don't know if I'd trade you guys, but that sucks up here. Lots of rain.
When was your first event? Did you do a lot of street stuff at first, or?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I don't know. At the time, I didn't like think it was too sketchy to go drift in the street.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd go in like
me either.
Yeah, like Northgate's like, I know there's like a mall like 2 blocks from where we'd like drift these corners in a business park, and there's like the highway's right there, and on the other side of the highway there's like a cop station, and like we'd go there all the time, and then like with Miatas and shit. But yeah, I think my first event,
I'd be like, there's no way they did that in a Miata.
Yeah, dude, I remember this one time we were at this like the spot looks just like if you were to look at it on Google Maps, it looks like a teardrop. And we'd go there and like drift a bunch, and it was like near houses. It was near a park, but we'd go there for like almost 30 minutes, and like no one would say anything. But this one time, these cops ran up on us, like hella cops, and we were just like, if we see lights, just pull over. Like we weren't driving. I don't know. And they came up, and they were trying to. They didn't even like think that we were drifting. They thought that we had hopped over the curb, gone onto the baseball field, and like driven around in the donuts. And driven around like doing donuts, like tearing up the field. And they're like so hard trying to book that on us. And we're like, yo, like just look at how low our cars are. We cannot get over these curbs. But it was like some rookie cop would not let it go. But then we I don't know, we just did.
You came here to ruin this sporting facility.
Yeah. We're like, bro, like look at like how high my bumper is. Like look at the curb.
You don't like jocks, do you? Like,
yeah. They're like, there's dirt on your car. And I was like, yeah, I know. But yeah, I think I would do like a lot of, that and like parking lot stuff. And then I went to Evergreen.
Yeah. What made you go, okay, cool, I'm going to try an event?
I don't remember. I don't know. I think it was just, I don't know. I'd seen Walker drive that place, and I knew they just did like nice drift events, and they have the 3/8 bank, and I just wanted to see if I could do it, which I couldn't. And like do my safe cylinder first run, like clutch pedal was just dust, and I was like, damn, well this is fucking whack.
My first drift event, I bent a tie rod, and I literally spent the entire drift event trying to figure out how to change it.
Oh fuck. Yeah, see, like,
I didn't know how to work on cars at all. And then my second drift event, I blew my clutch slave, and I had no idea like what was happening because I like didn't know how to work on cars yet either. So I'm like, I felt like I like blew up the whole car.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember
you
like
put the clutch in and like go just grinds, and you're like, what did I do?
yeah, I think I did like one run, and I was like, oh shit, and like I spun out like twice instantly, and I was like, holy shit. And then I went again, and then like, yeah, it wouldn't go into gear, and I was like, what the fuck? And then luckily, I don't know, the first dude, like I just looked over and was like, I think I just asked some dude like, yo, like I can't shift into my gear, and he was like hella nice and like helped me jack it up and like bled it.
What?
Yeah, like
That's
dude,
so cool.
Yeah, that was wild. And then like, so I could like pump the clutch for the rest of the day. I'd have to like pump the clutch a bunch, slam in first, and then go. I'd have to like pump and then shift. Like I wouldn't be able to just like put it in.
Yeah. I drove Jason's car. Jason and I shared his car one time at Bash of the Future, and like his slave was dead, or I think his clutch master was dead. So you'd like clutch kick, and then you'd have to like kick the pedal back up and then kick it again, like to like change gears and stuff. It was so crazy, but it was actually like kind of fun because it was like this extra level of hard.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool to go to the track, and then I don't know. I started to just film a bunch of GoPro stuff, and that's what, I don't know. I kept wanting to go back to see myself progress in videos.
That's sick.
And then I think I like finally did the bank, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, that was dope."
In the Miata?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think I was like, I could do it in the dry. I used to run like fucking like 70 PSI in the rear tire. On some like fucking like 10-year-old like tires.
Yeah.
Like it was sketchy, but like, I don't know. I never thought like, oh, you want grip for drifting. I was just like, I need to spin.
I thought so too. Yeah.
I need to spin these as fast as I can and go.
How did you figure out like going up in tire pressure was going to make them spin easier?
I don't know. I just thought they'd be rock solid. Someone probably told me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, if they're gnarly ass, hard ass balloons, like I'm pretty much drifting on plastic.
I mean, yeah, it's funny how you like pick that stuff up. Like you go to the track and you like don't know how to work on cars, and you like don't check your tire pressure or anything. Like you don't even know what different tire pressure means. And you're like, one day you'll show up and you're like, oh dude, I could rip. And then like one day you like can't. And you're like, my car won't drift. And people are like, what's your tire pressure? You're like, oh, that's important.
Like tire pressure. Well, yeah, I think I like only recently really started adjusting tire pressure and like paying attention to like my front tires. Like I used to like, I don't know, set it when I mounted them, and then just like they're on there. Like, well, they don't look
like they're fine. I drove there like this. It's cool.
Exactly. And then and I think I ran like used Prius tires even for a while on the Silvia, and then I did like a grassroots event, and then I was like, fuck, everyone's hella fast. And then I was like, maybe I should. And honestly, I think I watched one of Adam LZ's videos.
Yeah.
And he said something about just staying on the same tire. Like, oh, that's probably smart. Like, I don't know. When I used to skate, like if I found a good shoe I liked, I'd stay on the same one because I knew how it skated. I knew when it was dusted.
Yeah.
So then I started buying new tires.
Yeah, you don't change your like bearings and your like wheel diameter like every time you build it complete.
Yeah, dude, I try not to change anything. I had my same board set up for like, I don't know, like almost 3 years because I like slowed down on skating. And I just got a new board like last week.
Yeah, my brother, I just went to visit my brother, and he just bought like a new complete. He got a hockey deck with like some other shit, and like he's like, he was so happy, dude. And it's crazy to me because like I was like I got into skating, and then he did. He's like way younger than me. It's like 6 years younger, and then like he like got good, and I broke my knee and like never got good. Like I wasn't good even when I broke my knee. And like we went and like skated this like Home Depot DIY spot in LA near his house, and it was like we were like drinking PBRs and like skating around. Dude, it was like the best time I've had in a long time.
It's good cool. Shit.
It was like nice to see my brother like back at it, because he hadn't skated in like a super long time, so he's like just had a moment, you know. It was like back in time a little bit.
Dude, yeah. I was just having that like the other day. There's a skate park like 5 minutes from my house that when I was in middle school I'd go to every day. like go there, skate in the morning. I mean, stay there till like it got dark and then go home. And I did that the other day. I was like, damn, like fucking throwback. But now I just get sore as shit.
Yeah, it's hard.
Dude, yeah, it's fucking hard. I think I skated like 3 times in the last week. And it wasn't until the last day where I was like, I finally feel like light on my feet. Like as a normal person, like, I don't know, you never jump. Like when's the last time?
Yeah, dude, I have no pop. I have no pop at all. It's so bad.
Yeah, I gotta start training. I thought about doing like the stair thing and like hang your heels, do like fucking squats. I don't know. I'm trying to jump higher. I'll fucking dunk. I don't think I've ever dunked in my life either. But.
I'm trying to learn how to juggle because there's like 2 people I know that know how to juggle, and they're both.
Dude, I got you.
Yeah, dude, that's the trick.
I'm slightly buzzed right now, but I got some. I'll fucking try this. Shit.
Do you like learning, or you just know how to juggle already?
Dude, I think in like, oh, fuck. I'm like trying to make sure I don't fuck up.
Dude,
in like, I think in my like elementary school gym, they'd have like stations, and one of them was juggling, and I just tried to juggle. But this is as far as I got, like 3 round things. That's it.
Hey man, see, it's further proving my theory that if you could juggle, you could probably drift pretty good.
Dude, when I was in school, I used to go on Instagram and just live stream and see how long I could juggle, and then end the live stream as soon as I dropped it. Like in the middle of class, like I just fucking sit there and juggle.
So you were very studious, that sounds.
Yeah, I didn't retain too much knowledge, which sucks. Like, dude, it's like I tried to be smart and just did not fucking stick. Like I never skipped class. I'd always do my homework because I'd like feel weirdly bad if I didn't do it.
Damn.
And then, yeah, like when I was in like whatever tech school, like I tried really hard and like I did good. And like I passed all my shit, like became fully certified, but like so much of it did not stick, which sucks.
I think school is really like focused on retention, but it doesn't like focus on like teaching a certain type of, like, if you're good at skating and you're good at drifting, you're like you're a person who learns by doing things, right? Like, you know, you can't like, maybe you could learn how to skate by like reading a book and like remembering all the steps. And like, maybe you could learn how to drift by reading a book and learning all the steps, but like, I don't know, man. Yeah. I think it takes that like learn by doing type. I'm not saying that like people who are good at school aren't good at drifting, but yeah, I feel that. A lot of the tech stuff that was hands-on, I definitely feel like I remember. But yeah, some days where it was like we just sat there and had to listen to this, like watch presentations or whatever, like I'd knock out. Like there's so many videos like that my friends would take and post on Instagram, me just sleeping, like just knocked out, like mouth open, just like chilling there. Where'd you go to like mechanic? It was like a technician school.
Yeah, it's a like a Toyota based like T10 program.
Oh,
like
whoa! So they have like a Toyota specific one.
Yeah, so I went to like Toyota school.
Damn.
Yeah, people cool. Like, studying like a fucking Toyotas. So yeah, it's like a 2-year program. Like you have to work at a dealership, and then you go to class. And it's like on off. It's like 1 quarter you're in class, other quarter you're just working, like recording what you're doing. So
that's kind of sick. How'd you get into that? How'd you like decide that was your path?
One of my close friends, Jack, who's kind of into drifting, his car's in the works, 240 on jack stand. But
I got a couple of those friends.
Dude, yeah, this one, yeah, we're going on like 4, maybe like 5 years. I think like we drifted together for maybe like the first year, and I've been driving. I don't even know how long I've been driving. But then like he was like, got smoked at some grassroots event, and I was like, oh, I need more power. And his KAT build, and I don't know, I'm trying to bully him into buying just another car. Like But yeah, he was in it, and I was like, oh shit, that's kind of dope. Like you're learning how to work on cars. Like, oh, I want to learn how to work on my fucking car. I don't know how to do anything. And then we were like in the same program. Yeah, and then it was fucking dope. I don't know.
So you're just like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to like be able to just do all the car shit myself. I don't know, it's expensive if you take your car to someone.
Yeah.
Before
I learned, I had a Lancer, and there was this like Mitsubishi shop that was like in my town, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna like be cool with them. It's gonna be sick. Like I'm gonna hang out there. You know, like because they had like all this like super cool like Japanese stuff, and they had like a Rally Evo that they like built and all this stuff, and I would like show up and be like, yeah, this is sick, man. Like, and then I'd pay him like $300 to put like an axle back on. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what I was doing, dude. It's literally 2 bolts and a hanger. Like,
it's fucked.
And it was like I was, you know, like when you don't know how to work on your own car, like just do like, I get why people think that this is like crazy expensive. Cause like, dude, if we paid someone to do all this stuff on our cars, like there's no way.
We'd be so fucked.
You have to learn. That's like the coolest part about drifting. Like you like get into it and then you learn and you're like, nah, like if I want to like keep doing this, like I can't pay somebody to do this stuff. Like I got to do it myself.
Dude, even just like paying for someone to like mount your tires and shit.
Yeah.
Like being at the dealer, I was like, I had a tire machine there and I would like all that. And then like I went to an event like, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I was like, fuck, well, I guess I gotta go pay someone to put some tires on. This is bullshit.
Yeah, but you like really like have to learn how to do everything.
Yeah.
Like I haven't learned how to weld yet, but I want to.
Dude. Yeah, I was trying to figure out some sort of like exhaust. I don't know. I wanted to make my car louder. And I have like a mid pipe, but I don't have the tail end. So I was like trying to find someone to weld it. And then like I'm getting these quotes. I'm like, fuck, that's expensive. Like might as well buy a welder and like just learn how to do it.
Just like gum it together. Dude, the first time I welded exhaust, I had my friend was a fabricator and he laughed for like 15 minutes. Like, this is the worst I have ever seen in my life. Like, I'm like, dude, I don't know.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
That's how so me and my girl painted my car and like, I don't know. It was like almost the same mentality. I was like, fuck, like I want to get my car painted, but like it's real labor and people want to charge money because it's hella work.
Yeah.
But one day I was like, fuck it. I just bought like a Harbor Freight air compressor, a Harbor Freight gun. And then, started painting.
It yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Came out good.
And it's like, I don't know. It's nice and rewarding when you like look back. Yeah. Like I was super stoked on the flames. Like I was fucking stoked. At some point I'd be like stressed out, like calling people who do body work, like, yo, like I'm fucking up. Like what the fuck did I do? So I think I'm going to do that same thing with welding. It's just like, even if it looks like shit at the beginning, it's like.
That's the best part about getting into this is like, once you meet people that are like as stupid into it as you are, you can kind of like they're like, no, he's into it. Like, well, you know, like as like a group, you could be like, oh, hey, this guy knows how to do whatever. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like I lean on people so much. I'm like, I don't know shit about engines. So like, I'll always like call people and be like, dude, I was trying to fix my brother's car when I was down there and I definitely like called one of my friends and was like, so it's like it's doing this weird idle like hunt thing. I don't know what's happening, man. He's like, oh, it's probably fucked. And I'm like, great, thank you.
Yeah. When I was spraying these, do you know Derek Pompeo? Depomp? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he does like gnarly body work and knows how to paint. Like I was like in between painting the flames and I like fuck some shit up and I just like FaceTime. I'm like, yo, like the tape residue stuck on it and I started spraying over it. Like, what the fuck do I do? Yeah, it's fucking dope. There's a lot of knowledge out there. So I'm excited to get into welding and then people would know how to weld. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck do I do here? I'm trying to do an exhaust.
How old were you when you went to your first event?
Fuck, I must have been like 18.
Okay. So you've been going to events for like 7 years?
Yeah. I've been driving for a while, which is wild to think about.
When did you decide like I'm gonna go SR?
That one kind of just fell on my lap. Like this car, like so I had the single cam And I was like, fine with that. Like, I had just coils on it and a welded diff. And I was like, this is dope. And I'd keep like, I lowered it a hair and had like the Steelies and the factory hubcaps, like sleeper, full sleeper, but it like did great.
Yeah.
And then my friend Aldo imported a Silvia. And like, I don't know, when I first got a 240, like, of course, the Silvia was like the goal, but like, I didn't even understand how to get a car in here. Like, I was going Craigslist and look up Silvia and be like, maybe I'll find one today. Not understanding, like, these aren't legal. Like, they aren't even made here. Like, I didn't understand that. But he got the Silvia, and then it like ran. It had like, it was just the pipe into the throttle body was just loose. Like, that was it. But it like didn't drive well whenever. And he like messed around with it for a while, like a couple months. And then one day he was just like, yeah, I'm just over it. So I was like, okay, let me buy that shit. So I just bought it for cost, and it was like pretty cheap. And yeah, that just, I don't know. And I was worried, I was hesitant at first because, like, I don't know, a lot of people talk shit about SRs, and like,
dude, when I ran mine for like, I think 3 years, like stock motor, mine's ROM tune ECU, because that's what it came with. Like, I don't even know what it was tuned for, but it was cool. I ran like 3 different bottom mount turbos. I had like a stock T25. I had a T28 ball bearing that Jason like sold me for like $100 because it was full of oil. He's like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but you could try it.
I had the same thing happen to me.
It was so sick. And then yeah, like as soon as I started to get crazy with it, that's when it like gave up.
Yeah,
but it was my fault. Like I like didn't know what I was doing, and I installed the wastegate wrong and rod knocked it. But that's, you know, yeah.
I was hesitant. I was like, fuck, well, now I gotta learn how to like work on this SR that I don't know anything about. But I don't know, it worked out.
Yeah,
the minimal work to it.
So you just got like, so you just had a Silvia like fall in your lap essentially?
Yeah, pretty much. And then I like, yeah. And then
how weird was it to go from left-hand drive to right-hand drive?
I feel like by that time I was playing like some like Forza with a wheel. Yeah. And I thought it'd be cool to have it on that side. So like when the first event, when I went to drift, like, I don't know, it didn't phase me. Like, whoa, I was like, this is dope. And like, that was like the first time I'd really drifted a turboed car. Like I remember I did some street skids once and like a Laurel that my friend Bo had. And that was the first turbo car I'd ever drifted. And I was like, this makes sense. Cause I used to be like all NA and like I don't want to deal with all this turbo shit. And then I drove a turbo car. I was like,
that's it.
I need that. Yeah.
One of the first times I went street drifting with my coupe, my like friend from high school was into like 240s and stuff. We like, I bought this car and it had like a really bad oil leak. And so we literally replaced the KA, and it ended up not being the motor's fault. But you know, that's a long story. And we watched the Risky Devil like 2009 video where, I don't know if you've seen that one, but Josh goes like, my heart's still in the fucking streets, you know, like at the end. Anyway, so we're like, fuck, we got to go street drifting after this, man. And he had this like crazy built like KAT S14. Mm-hmm. And like we went to this like big spot where there's like a big circle like near this Home Depot. And you try and like essentially like just do like a super wide donut around the whole thing. It's like pretty wide, like you can get into second gear. And I did it with the KA. I was like, cool. And then he was like kind of having trouble with his car, and he's like, oh man, my clutch is messed up. And then like he's like, here, give it a shot. Dude, I ripped that thing like around that whole outside of the ring. And that was it, dude. I was like, this is it. I was like, I actually know what I'm doing. And it was like so sick with the turbo. Like I think it was like 350 wheel or something. And I was just like, it was like super like open wastegate. And like in California, it's like so not okay. Like, it was so loud, the cops came and everything, but like we had stopped by then. They just made us go home. Dude, I was like, this is it, man. Like I was like, I can't wait to get a turbo car. Like the KO was cool though. Like I enjoyed learning it. I think if you learn and like, I think if you like skip the gun and you like don't learn how to tandem and link the course in like a low power car, mm-hmm. when you get to that like turbo level, like you kind of lose some of the finesse a little bit.
Yep. I fully agree. I see some people jump, like a lot of people like I don't know, finance some $20,000 cars from importers. And I see them out there ripping and I'm like, yo, that's a dope car. I see it ripping. But like, I feel like having a harder car to drift, like low power, you get good at like evading crashes. Cause like you get used to like the car gripping up and you're like, oh shit, I almost fucking died right there. Like shit like that. But when you're in a boosted car, I don't know, you don't ever learn that. So I see people who are like ripping in these gnarly ass cars, but it's like their shit will grip up and they're like, fuck. And just like, I don't know, wreck or like not know how to drive like that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Have you seen, I guess, I don't know, I don't want to talk shit about fucking, what's that girl's name? Like Adam LZ's ex-wife. Have you seen the video of her crashing that Jay-Z X?
Mm-mm.
Fuck. Well, there's a video of her just like, I don't know, spinning out. I remember watching that. And I was like, fuck, like it's because she started in like a boosted ass car. Like that's all she knows.
Yeah.
She never knew how the car would react like when it starts to grip up. I don't know. I remember seeing that. I was like, damn, that's the shit I always tell people about. It's like, if you want to start in a boost in like a built ass car, it's like,
watch this video.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Your shit's going to get fucking full on because she didn't know what to do. And it's like, yeah. She never had the car grip up because it's boosted like hell. Like all you have to do is peg it.
Yeah, it'll get you out of most situations, but if you get into that like grip up situation, like it's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it also teaches you. It doesn't teach you how to like carry momentum as well, or like make up. Like especially like learning to tandem in a KA, like it teaches you how to like catch up to people or like make up that like loss essentially. Like I didn't start learning how to tandem really until I was SR, and I regret it. But
yeah, you learn like little neat tricks on like, I don't know, transitioning maybe like a hair earlier, like it's a weird way you suck in and then you can like suck up to them and then you look like you're fucking going hella fast. You shit like that in the Miata. And then like, it like transferred over because like I remember driving some grassroots events with like V8 cars and like they all want to do like all the Pro-Am stuff. And then it's like, I can cheat my way with my tiny tires. Like, oh, I'll transition a hair earlier, take a tighter line, and then like suck up to them.
Yeah, that's like really important stuff that people don't pay attention to.
Yep.
And I think that is really important to learn that, or you're not like you can get better when you start with one of those cars, and like people do like. I don't know, like Matt Kaufman or whatever. That guy started with like an insane drift car, right? Like, and it was, you know who that is?
Matt Kaufman. Did he drive FD?
Yeah. He's like a nice dude.
What car did he start?
He like started in some like crazy built like V8 s13 hatch, I think it was. But yeah, he would like show up with like, I don't know, have like 600 horsepower or something. He was trying to learn in that. Like he didn't even really like know how to drift yet. I remember he was like doing courses with like Matt Field and like a couple other people, or having them like training him essentially. He'd like run out the track and then he'd like try and learn. Like he couldn't like link the course yet, and he was learning in like a 600 horsepower car. Like I can't imagine that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think my first ever grassroots battle, like one-on-one tandem battle, I was against a V8 coupe. And I remember, and it's like fully caged, like Pro-Am fucking like whatever. I'm like, well, this was fun. Like my first fucking competition, everybody gets smoked by this fucking V8 car. And yeah, the dude like didn't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Like, he said it was like his second time drifting.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And the car, and that was years ago. And the car just popped up on Craigslist for sale.
Whoa.
I'd never seen it since. Like,
that's crazy. Yeah, see, like there's a fair amount of that. Definitely. You're like, okay, I get it. You want to like build it. You like, you see the pro cars. You're like, I'm a fabricator. I could build this. Like I'm a sick mechanic. I could build this. And you kind of get like lost in the build. Like, no disrespect to your friend, but like if you get ditched once, it's not time to like rebuild the whole car.
That's what I tell them that all the time.
And I've made that mistake. I can tell you I made that mistake because I got ditched at the first Super D Matsuri in 2016. I kept getting ditched by everybody down the straight. And then I like put the Jay-Z in and I was like, not this year. Like, lose me down the straight. Same thing. It was me all along. I was letting them get the run on me into the first corner. It's It's like you have to have the low power car to like learn that, because like you're not going to gain that, and you gotta have a lot of seat time in, or you just got to be really crazy. Like it's taken me a long time to learn how to tandem. I'm still not the best at it.
Tandem is hard, bro, and it's scary because then your car gets fucked up sometimes.
Yeah, I just need to stop being a wuss and just go for it.
Yeah. Your car's looking fucking mint right now, though.
Thanks, man.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm worried to drive mine. I was having a bad streak of like busting out headlights left and right.
Oh,
dude, it was adding up. For Super D, I had some bricks, and luckily I took them out because I ended up like blowing one up, like shattering the glass and like the casing, and I'd put in projectors. And I was like, I don't want to risk it. Like these things are too much money.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. It was I don't know. I was pretty impressed, man. It was cool to see. There was a lot of like really different driving style at that event.
Yeah. I feel like the Northwest is very diverse.
Yeah. There was like, the Northwest, you guys have some like really interesting drifting kind of like culture. It's like you're so close to Canada and you guys like can import all these cars, but then you also have like Eastern Washington where it's like, just welding up
anything
and
is that thing rear wheel drive? Can it be rear wheel drive? Yeah, my drift, man.
Yeah,
it has its ups and downs because some people have like janky ass cars that you want to drive with, but then you're like, fuck, I know he doesn't care if he plows into my door, and I do.
Do you think that skateboarding kind of like aesthetic is what makes some people into the grassroots stuff? Like I feel like, okay, Julian used to skate. Jason, I mean, he played basketball, but he's into And1 mixtape. That's pretty much the same thing. You might not know what And1 mixtape is. You might be too young for that, but that's okay.
I've watched like hoop tapes, but I don't know. I've watched like people's mixtapes of like them hooping like college and shit on YouTube.
Okay. And1 is like a brand, and they used to have like this tape where they'd like have all these essentially like street basketball players that would like do
I had a good phase of some street ball shit. You ever play street ball like Volume 2 on fucking GameCube?
I played it on. Was that on GameCube?
They had it on Xbox, and I think they had it on all of them. But I was like, for a bit, I wanted to be a fucking hooper, but it did not work.
I don't know if Washington's a spot for that, man. There's not enough outdoor basketball.
Dude, one of the maps was like Green Lake.
What?
Green Lake Court is in the fucking game. It was wild.
That's crazy.
Like, dude, it was so wild. We lost our shit. And then we tried to go hoop over there, but then like, I don't know, it's pretty.
They had one in San Rafael, like, which is where like I used to live, San Rafael, California, and it was like, it was crazy. I was like, what? It was like, I think it was like my elementary school. They like had it was the craziest thing. I don't know if it was that game. It might have been like the previous one because it was like really shitty graphics from what I remember. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's like, it's like, do you come from like circle track racing or do you come from like skateboarding? And then like you kind of like, that's how you kind of build your cars. Like, are you trying to like just be crazy and put as many gussets as you can and like a V8 and like as much steering angle because like that's what you think is cool? Or it's like, I feel like people who are into like skateboarding or at least like some kind of extreme sport, they're like, I want like the stylish car, like, because you go and you pick a board and you're like, that one's dope, you know what I mean? And you're like, you like kind of like assemble your complete and you're like, this is sick. And you're like, now I'm gonna go do tricks with it, right?
And the certain tricks you do I was just talking to someone about, I met this like new friend Nathan at the skate park, and I was complaining about how my fucking legs felt like shit and how I didn't skate anymore and how drifting took over my life. And he like was interested in it, so I started telling him, and he was like, oh shit, like I see so many similarities in like the way like you'd handle yourself skating and drifting. Like you're just literally expressing yourself through your car or through your tricks, like, and you choose like what, like the style of driving you want to do, choose the type of skating you want to do. Like I'm not trying to go on a mega ramp, trying to do FD. It's like just fucking street shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's like at least like a little bit of a connection. I mean, it's not like everybody, but
yeah,
for the most part, there is a a strong resemblance, and there's like a strong kind of combination.
Yeah. Definitely people who have like seen drifting around a bunch, and then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I used to skate." I was like, "Holy shit, wouldn't get shit, bro. Let's go skate."
Or like BMX, like a lot of people BMX. That's like a thing too.
Yeah.
Anything with wheels that has style, I guess.
But scootering, no scootering though.
Yeah. That wasn't like that wasn't a thing. Like when the scooter kids started, man.
Dude, it was terrible.
That was like my brother's era of skateboarding, was like, 80% scooter kids. And
dude, fucking wild. I remember when that whole epidemic started. Go anywhere. Like you went to any park, it's just full of scooter kids. Go like, I don't know, most of them, like at least the parks around here, like the majority of them were people who skated and then were like, "Oh, this is too hard." So now it's
scooters.
But then just stay in the way. Like, I don't know. They just had no sense of like where they were. Like,
they never learned the skate park etiquette, even though they skated.
Exactly, dude. It was the worst. And then you'd have to just, I don't know, give them shit all the time.
I mean, to be fair, when I was like a young skateboard kid, like I definitely got hit by a dude on a BMX bike because I was just like, like rolling around, like rolling into some like bad transition with like too many pads on.
Yeah. Gotta stay safe, man.
Yeah. They, I don't know. It's weird because like all the scooter kids grew up and now they're like, they have like YouTube channels, and they like, I like see these like YouTube kids that like scooter and they're like really aggressive with them and like do backflips off stair sets. And I'm like,
some of the shit, I will say, some of the shit they do is like gnarly.
You're like, okay, like skateboarding was too hard for you, but then like you got into scootering, and then you're like, if I could at least hold on to this thing, like I could do a backflip.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got to give them some credit. Like I wouldn't jump off a stair set on a scooter.
Yeah, I've seen some fucking nice spills with their front wheels like collapsing or whatever, and they're just like, what are they gonna do?
It definitely doesn't look as cool though.
It does not.
Like, but maybe we're just old.
Yeah, life would be different if I scooted.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be into drifting. You'd be into like stance.
Yeah, I'd have a bagged car. A bagged VW. That's what I have.
Yeah, dude. Get a scooter and a Golf and just change your life up, No,
never.
You're dedicated to the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty hooked. Yeah. See, and it's dope because you can be pretty fucking old and still drift.
Yep.
Versus like skating, I don't know, you get hurt and you're like, fuck. Like, fuck. Like, what am I gonna do today? I can't walk. So
yeah, like you're like, man, I crashed my car. I can't drive it for a while.
Yeah,
but it's pretty much the same thing. You're like, oh, I messed up my ankle. I can't skate for a while. The only downside is like you can skate pretty much every day if you wanted to. You can't. You can drift like, I don't know, once a month if you like really go for it.
Yeah. Or unless you go street drifting every night, but it's hot shit.
That's true. You heard it here first, kids.
Yeah.
It's hot shit. So
definitely, dude. I think like when the quarantine, at least our quarantine over here in Seattle first started.
Yeah.
Oh, what a perfect time to try to go skirt. And then I like go outside and it's like my 5-minute drive. I see like 5 cops and I'm like, better go home now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Not saying that street drifting is something everyone should do, but
I used to go
ready spots.
I used to go
hit them, go home.
I used to go all the time until I was like 22, and then I stopped. And then like 2 years ago, or no, it was like 4 years ago. It was right when I got the Beamer, and I threw the angle kit on it, and it was like totally stock, but it was caged. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble. So like it was during this. I remember because like the Super Bowl was in San Francisco. Worst time ever to go try and do this. But like there's the old stadium that's like completely taken down in like Hunters Point, which is like the one remaining like low income area of San Francisco. And there's like some spots out there, and we were on our way, and I got too excited, and I took this off ramp, and I come around, and my lights light up the back of a CHP car, and I was just,
oh
no.
fuck.
So they pulled me over and wrote me like, you know, reckless driving and all this stuff, and I was just like, dude, this is like the first corner, the first time I go out in like 5 years, 7 years or something. It was like,
damn.
I'm like, all right, maybe this is a sign.
Yeah, it has its ups and downs. I feel like I've become more paranoid now. Like I'll definitely scope a spot out like real tough.
Dude, when you're young, you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I would never even think of like, oh, I'm going to get a ticket, or like, I don't know. I guess you don't think about how it would affect like a career in the future. Like I remember,
I might lose my license. You're like, all right, whatever. Like,
yeah, exactly. Well, like
I got a skateboard. It's cool.
Yeah, getting a job for the dealer, I wasn't even street drifting. I was just fucking a dumbass speeding. But I got like negligent driving. And I was like, damn, how the fuck am I going to get a job at a dealership?
What does negligent driving even mean?
It's like right under reckless. Yeah. I was just speeding on I-5, like fixed the Miata. And I was like, I don't know, just driving home. And then we started hauling ass. And then like we got off the off ramp, like past 2 lights. And then these dudes just fucking lit us up.
Oh, man.
And I was like, damn, I was trying to go home, bro.
I wasn't being negligent. I was just driving home. This is a race car, okay? This is a spec Miata.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking must have looked like fucking geezers. I was like, yeah, like 1 a.m. no top, like fucking cruising, thinking we're hot shit.
I think that same night we went to like go test my car out in his car. That like same night we watched the Risky Devil video. I had no hood, but it's like my motor was completely stock. Like I just like didn't have time to put the hood on. Like the car is like on lowering springs and like some like rotas, like some like those like Meister like terrible rotas.
Classic.
Lug, big N1. It was like a rusted. This dude sold me this like. It was like a Pexi N1, $150, and I was like, "That's mine, dude. I'm gonna go get it." So I went and got it. It was like full of holes, but I didn't know that was like I didn't know it was a problem.
Like, oh, it'll sound nice. That's how they get their nice tune.
Dude, it was the loudest exhaust ever. It was like pretty much like a straight pipe K at that point because there was like a bunch of holes like before the muffler, and yeah, it was. I got pulled over on the way to the spot, and they're like, "Where's your hood?" I'm like, I took it off. And they're like, why? I'm like, because I was working on the engine. And they're like, you can't do that. It's like, okay, I'll go get it. And they're like, yeah, go. What do you do? Like, go put the hood back on your car. Like, all right. Sorry, officer. Like, let me go.
Yeah, some hot shit. Yeah, I've gotten lucky. I haven't gone. I think that's like the only time I've been like actually pulled over, and that was like, I don't know, 6 years ago now.
Yeah, it feels weird. It feels worse when you're older, and like older being your 20s. Like,
I'm
damn it,
adult, and
like this is gonna fuck up my insurance.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what's kept me with the stock exhaust, because it's like blend in more or less until you fucking look at the shit and it's flames in a yellow cage. It's like, what is going on here, bro? I don't know.
Yeah, stock exhaust for the street stuff for sure. Because then you can go and it's raining and like no one will ever hear.
Dude,
if they can't hear you, if a car drifts in the woods and no one's around to hear it,
did it really drift?
Did it really drift?
Exactly. Yeah. Yo, check this out. I was test driving this S13 that had this. It's just a butterfly valve that goes in your exhaust.
Yeah.
So you can like muffle it. So I thought about getting a loud exhaust, but I know I'll hate it when I'm driving home at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So the plan is to put this in line and quiet it down.
That's fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, I drove some S14 that I don't know, they're asking hella money for it, but I wanted to test drive it. They had that shit. Worked pretty good. It's loud as balls.
I feel like that's only for like loading it on trailers and stuff though, because I feel like they would like add like a lot of back pressure, but I guess it's a turbo car, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think it would be, you wouldn't want to romp on it, I don't think, if you had it closed.
Yeah, it would be bad.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to get that just for like loading my car in like annoying places.
Yeah, because you could start it up and like, I think I don't know. I haven't put it on yet because it didn't fit. I didn't think it through too well, but.
There you go, kids. Learning how to street drift in silence on a podcast that 14 people listen to.
Yeah. Dude, I was going to check how many views you get.
Not many.
I've been watching all of them. This is the one I'm going to have to not watch because I'm on it. So I need motivation to work on my own car.
Once I put them up, I don't listen to them. But I listened to one recently, and then I was like, man, this sounds really bad. I need to do a better job on that. But
which one is that? There's one of them that I also thought the sound was bad, and I didn't listen to it.
Was it Billy?
No. Oh, that one was quiet, I think.
Okay.
But I think, yeah. I listened to that one, though. That was good. I mean, they're all, I don't know. I like listening to them. Sounds
cool,
like,
man. Well,
shit. Like I was when I'm working on the car, and it's like a nice thing to listen to. I'm like, oh yeah, like it's like all relatable stuff.
Yeah,
you guys talk about.
It's kind of interesting, like learning about people, how they like get into it, and like what their setup is and why, and dude. Literally, like every single time, it just comes down to like, like I couldn't afford to do this, so I did it this way, and you're like, sick.
It feels nice when you work around like a financial thing. You're like, oh, well, I got it to work anyway, and I saved my money.
Yeah, I think I did like some of like the cooler stuff that I've done on my cars has been like because I couldn't buy the thing that I wanted, so I had to like figure out a way to make it the way I wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, okay, cool, this is like unique, and then also I made it myself, and no one has this. One time I made these canards, and like I got made fun of super hard because they were really ugly because I made like clear, like acrylic, like winglets that went under my front bumper, and I got roasted like really bad for it, but that's fine.
They went under your bumper?
Yeah, they like connected to the front bumper and like kind of like came up. Like the little winglets that connect to the bottom of the bumper, like on the side, and then they like go up. Uh-huh. I made my own, and they were really bad. They were just like kind of not a great shape either. But you know what?
Hey,
you live and you learn.
Exactly. Hindsight. It's 2020.
I liked them when I made them.
A good time making them. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man, I'm a fabricator. This is sick. And then I put them on my car, and people were like, those are terrible. I was like, okay. Yeah. Doing stuff like, I don't know, your own shit, like just testing stuff out on cars. I don't know. It's dope. Even if it turns out whack, like, I don't know, look at it and you're like, yeah, that was dope. I tried to put I tried to cut out some flames in like, I should have done it with window tint, but I had just like vinyl tint, and I cut out flames, and I was going to put it on my like corner glasses. So it'd be like tinted flames. Mm-hmm. Did not work. But I felt I like had it all prepped. I'm like, this is the smartest thing I've ever thought of. Like I cut it out so good, and I put it in there. I was like, what the fuck? Looks like shit. It's good to know when to walk away. I feel like that's like really important. You're like, but I spent all this time.
Yeah.
Like when you put it up and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't know. I didn't get into YouTube, but I was like so bored. I was like, fuck, well, if I just film a random video of me doing some random shit every day, like it'll pass the time. Because I thought I was going to go back to work. So I filmed it all, and I was like, fuck, well, I just spent all this time. But whatever.
Put it out, man.
Well, I ripped the flames off. I like put it on, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna set the camera here, then get in the car and do it. And I was like, what the fuck? Looks like shit. But I think if I did it with real window tint, it'd look cool. But the issue was I put it on the inside of the glass, and you could see all the like glue residue on the back of the vinyl. So it didn't look very crisp on the outside. Damn.
So you need like,
yeah, just window tint, and I'll cut it. I don't know how to tint windows, but I'm sure there's some YouTube videos out there.
Yeah, quarter windows will probably be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Go for it, man. Or you can, you know what? If there isn't a video, like, this is how I put flames on my car, and people will be like, yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna draw them out real bad,
dude. I don't know what I was thinking.
How hard is it to draw flames? Like, good. Dude, like, you have to do it like 50 times, and then you're like, all right.
We run you through my whole process. I even documented it all. Like I have like, I upload YouTube videos to just random shit, but like I documented the whole process of me doing it. But in my head, I was like I don't know. I'm not saying I'm an artist, but like I feel comfortable like drawing shit. So I was like, of course I can draw flames, like freehand them. And I thought in my head, I was like, oh, just lay tape down, just like freehand the flames and just spray them. Like it'd be easy. And I remember laying down like the tape and stepping back, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like a 2-year-old attempting to draw flames on my hood. But there's like, I don't know, there's a bunch of ways to do it. Like people usually do the big paper with like, you have to buy like a stencil and then you drop like powder on it and it falls through and then you tape it. But my sister does like painting, and she like does like some murals around the house, like stuff. And she'll use like a projector and like project the image. So I took like my hood into my house, set up this like camera, or I had the camera with the projector and like projected it onto the hood. And in the dark, I just like traced it with like Sharpie. Whoa. And then masked like inside the Sharpie, and then I cleaned all the Sharpie off and then did that. But the first time I like fucked it up because I like used Sharpie and then like masked like in and out of it. Like, so then I like sprayed it and then I pulled the tape off and I was like, oh shit, there's fucking Sharpie. And then the Sharpie would like leak through the paint, so you could still see like where I had drawn this shit. Man. So then I had to like, I had to do it all over again. It sucked. So it was like a 2-week process of me trying to put flames on my hood.
But you got them.
I got it. Yeah. So yeah, I think the projector, I don't know, that worked out real good. If you ever need flames on your hood, just like, or anything, I feel like you could just like project the image onto your car, go over there, like stencil it out. Yeah.
I'm into it.
Painting flames 101 right here.
Yeah. You heard it here.
You heard it here
maybe.
First. But yeah, flames are dope. I don't know.
Yeah, they're important. I had flames on my s13. I had like white vinyl on like pretty much like a spray painted flat white s13.
Hell yeah.
And everyone's like, that's gonna look like shit. And I was like, you'll see. It's gonna look cool. Got ghost flames. And then I did it and it like actually looked cool, but like not for very long.
Oh damn. Yeah, I feel like that's how this was. Like I was telling my homies about it. Like, yeah, nah. No. And I was like, fuck it. Like worst case scenario is I just spray the whole hood again or sand the whole hood down.
Yeah, and just spray it clear.
Yeah. But yeah, worked out.
I can't tell you how many times people have told me that my idea was terrible and then I did it and they're like, actually that worked out. And then a lot of times where I do it and it doesn't work out. But you know what, dude? The times where it does work out, you're like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was stoked on doing a yellow cage.
Yeah.
It worked out, but I didn't paint it. And I like tried to paint it and like, I don't know, the paint was reacting really weird, but like I wanted to get it yellow like now. So I got yellow electrical tape and wrapped it on my cage.
The whole thing?
Yeah, check it out. My whole cage is literally just yellow electrical tape. And like it looks cool like from afar and on like Instagram and whatnot. But when I'm like sitting in the car.
Oh shit. How long did that take?
Dude, it took me a good minute, but I could like do it in the house because it's like a Cusco cage.
Oh.
But I had to just all unbolt it and just sat like in my house.
You just sat watching TV, just like.
Yep. It was a pain in the ass. And then now I'm like, fuck.
How many rolls of electrical tape did you go through?
It was like close to 1 per bar. So like, I had like 7 or 8. Home Depot is the spot. You heard it here first. If you need electrical tape, colorful. Home Depot.
I mean, it's like actually, it looks good, dude, and it's probably safer too, and it won't rust.
Exactly. That was the thing, because I think the cage is pretty beat up. So I was like, oh, I'll repaint it. And I was like, fuck, this is hard as shit.
Yeah. So you'd have to like sand it down a bunch and.
Yeah, my other idea was to chrome the whole thing. But
I mean, that would have been sick until you get like blinded while you're trying to drift.
Dude, exactly. I did like one of the crossbars, like I peeled the tape off and sanded it all down and like got it pretty shiny. And I almost did another one that sits right in front of my head, like over my head. And I was like, fuck, what if the sun hits it? Like maybe I'll fucking blind myself and crash. So aborted that mission.
Yeah, sometimes I think people don't realize like some of the like cheater crappy shit that we do to our cars just to like not spend a lot of time making them nice because we're gonna drive them into each other anyway.
Yep. Yeah, I rush all my paint prep. Like people are like, damn, your car is so like I was talking to someone on Instagram. I was like saying how I wanted to go to Grange and like, damn, your car won't look so pretty after. I was like, bro, I don't think you know what my car looks like in person. Like it looks cool. Like I don't know, it looks fine in photos. Like the paint looks super good, but it's like I have a run that runs from like the driver door all the way back to the quarter. Like just a fat grip.
I mean, that's only the stuff that you see because you did it, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's good shit. I don't know. Working on cars is fun.
Yeah, especially when you make them look cool.
Yeah, I've been trying to, dude, I'm super stoked. Like right now during quarantine, like at least the people around me, like hella people are getting their cars painted. Like full color, like S chassis are going to be back in town. I'm fucking stoked.
No more mix match panels.
Yeah. Dude, and like, I don't know. Yeah. And like a bunch of people here, like don't run bumpers, like just gnarly bash bars.
Yeah.
I'll fucking, I don't know. I'll talk mad. I won't talk mad shit, but I'll be like, yo, where the fuck's your bumper at? We did this one, drift con, like this drift competition.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I had some homies, my friend Alex, and I had Alex Jr. and and Fred. But like I named the team Front Bumpers. And my friend Alex does like pro-am and stuff. Like his car is like, I don't know, the jankiest because he like drives hella hard and like competes, doesn't care how it looks. So I was like, bro, if you show up and don't have a bumper, like you can't drive. Like I'm not gonna. So he, like his friend like brought the bumper later in the day. I was like, bro, we're not going out there with no fucking front bumpers.
Dude, the team is called Front Bumpers. You can't not have a front bumper.
Exactly. It was dope.
Yeah, they like, I don't know. That's fairly common, I guess. I don't know. People don't want to like wreck their shit. I get it.
Yeah.
There's been times where I shouldn't have ran a front bumper and I did. But you know what? I'm always happy when I get that photo and my car is like full kit and you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I haven't experienced the pain of running over a bumper, so maybe it just
it's rough.
In my mind.
It's rough, but whatever. It happens. That's the cost of doing business, you know?
Yeah. Gotta write our cars off every time.
Yeah. If you don't crash, it was a good day. If you didn't total your car, it was a good day.
Yeah.
Because you can always fix it.
Yep. Yeah. Crashing sucks though. I had my quarter panel punched in and I was like, damn, let's see why everyone fucking over fenders just right away.
Did you fix it?
My girl fixed it.
Whoa.
Yeah. She was like down learning how to Bondo and like did it all.
That's sick.
And like it's like definitely like I don't know. Like it looks good. Like you can't really tell. And like I did the body line. Like I had one job to do the fucking body line with a ruler. And I like at the very end, it starts like going down. Like it like barely lines up. But it's
man.
I don't know. I was stoked on it. None of my like close friends would let me go over fenders.
I mean, it's definitely like with your car, the way it looks, like it definitely looks good. Stock body. Like when you 15s with like over fenders is always kind of, I mean, it works depending on the car, but I don't know. What's funny is like some of my OG friends that like have drifted forever, like they're Corolla dudes, and they'd run Prius tires too.
Yep, it's good shit.
One of them is like had a buddy that worked at a Toyota dealership, and so like they would just get all the Prius takeoffs.
It's good stuff. The only thing that sucks is you'd bring so many tires
Yeah.
And like you'd run through all of them. You're like, oh fuck, I ran through 4 pairs of used tires. Like, it took up so much space, and then it's like, or I could just buy 1 pair of new tires and
I got to that point.
make it last almost
I was like, on my, I was 17s all around on my S13. Like 17 by 10, like negative 20 or something, because I had over fenders, and I'd run a 215 45 17 595 SS. That was like my tire. And dude, I think they were like $50 a piece or something, like at the time. And they were, dude, I would like, it was either like, oh, I can get some like cheap 17s like used, and they'll probably like delam, or I can run these and they'll last like maybe an event or two. And you like kind of start doing the math, and you're like, actually, like I think this is cheaper, because like if I'm spending like $20 to get these mounted, and they're gonna last for like a half an hour.
Yeah, it was hit or miss with the used tires. Like, yeah, when they fucking delaminated like early, you'd be like, like the worst feeling ever is having your fucking sick tire just fucking blow up. I don't know, all your tread just peel off at once.
That was the worst, dude. That happened to me quite a few times. Like in the beginning, I'd go to a drift event and I'd roll up with my like 15-inch steelies on the back, and they'd be like some used tires. And I'd do like 2 runs and they'd just explode. And I'm like, oh, no, like I was so excited for this day. Like I like didn't sleep last night. Were you super okay? So were you super nervous like your first drift event? Like, did you like?
Dude, I get nervous. Yeah, I get nervous all the time. Yeah, even now, or I don't know if I'm gonna do like a tandem comp, I'll have to pee like, I don't know, 1 million times throughout the day. Like I have to pee. Like when I do grassroots events, like I won't even like, I'll be hydrated, but like I won't be drinking water throughout the day. But I'll have to pee like so much because I get so nervous.
Oh yeah.
But then, like as soon as that we like go to start drifting, I'm like, oh, we're chilling. Like this is fun.
I'm like the opposite. I'm confident until we start drifting, and then I get nervous. It's so weird.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta flip that script, I guess.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like cool, but it's like I'll be in line. I'll be like, oh fuck, like there's 2 cars ahead of us. Like we're gonna go in this amount of time. And it's like, oh, I gotta fucking pee right now. Like I gotta get in the car. Like even now we're the next battle up. It's like I gotta run to the bathroom. Like I have to pee.
How often do you do tandem comps?
I'll try to do, I don't know, whenever, like they have like a grassroots series at Evergreen.
Cool.
And like I try to, now that I have a cage and door bars, I can do all the rounds, because you can only tandem on the 3/8 bank with the doors bars. So whenever, I don't know if they start the series this year, it'll be the first year where I try to get all the stops. But they did like a street league series in Portland, and I drove that. Like that was cool.
Do you usually do pretty well, or is it like hit or miss?
In the grassroots one, I'll usually end up getting smoked by like they'll let people like who are in pro-am, like pro-am cars can drive in grassroots. Yeah. And a lot of dudes will do that for seat time. So it's like, I don't know, you could be hella good, but it's like their cars are gripped up. Like, I don't know, you just get smoked, you just get gapped. But the street league one, they had like nice restrictions on like, it had to be like a street legal car. Like you had to have all your panels. Like the first year I remember it was pretty strict. Like your car had to be like all one color, or it had to have like your livery. Like if it was different colors, there was like a livery, and like stock, it could only be like a modified knuckle, no like wise fab or anything.
Yeah. They kind of like, I think they like borrowed the Super D rule book a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah.
So the first year of that, I won all 3 of them.
Whoa, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I swept the whole thing. It was dope. And like you'd win fucking money. And so I'd pay for like my gas, my tires, and then I'd like, it was fucking dope. I was hella stoked. But yeah, and like I wish there would have been more drivers. So it wasn't like I didn't come through and like smoke a bunch of people. But it was like maybe like 4 or 5 battles each time.
That's pretty good, man. That's impressive.
I was stoked. But yeah, I'd be like waiting for my turn, like about to piss my pants. Like I'm so nervous every time. Like I don't know why. Like yeah. And then at Evergreen for the grassroots, I usually get smoked by some pro-am cars.
Yeah. It
is what it is.
Maybe next year is your year, because I don't think anybody's year is this year.
Yeah. I just like driving. I like driving those because, like, I don't know, the people who will compete, like when you get higher or further in the battles, it's like, they're not going to spin out. They're not someone who's going to spin out. So it's dope to try to pull up like really tough on them.
Yeah.
And like I thought Subaru was hella sick because I was like, I know whoever's in front of me is probably not like isn't going to spin.
Yeah.
So it's like you can try to push hella hard. So that's the most exciting part.
Yeah, I've noticed like I had like a bad experience at a comp where I like got kind of a big head and then I got humbled super hard and then I was like, man, competition driving's not for me. I'm Jesse Streeter, dude. I don't need a team. I don't need nothing. Like I'm just gonna lone wolf this shit. And then
the Streeter's the boss, bro.
Yeah.
Like an idol.
Yeah. He's a cool dude, man. I talked to him a few times, but he's just like, yeah, he's just like a regular guy. He's like, it's like, yeah, I go streeting like all the time in the mountains.
Yeah.
What of it? Like that's just my life.
Wild. I don't know. I wanted to go to like more of the mountain passes. Like the plan was to go when I went back to go up there. Like my friend Andy goes up there and like street drifts, and I was like, can I get a car and like drive with him? Like go up there. But like, yeah, that shit looks fucking gnarly. Like those roads are narrow. It's like you're hanging off cliffs. I went up there just like I drove up the K-van up just like a mountain. And I was like, dude, even just driving down this thing, like I'm fucking terrified. Like my brakes are toasted.
It's crazy. They go fast too.
Yeah.
Like,
they're running grippy ass tires. Like,
yeah,
they're flying.
I also aspire to go do that at some point.
Bro, let's get it.
I did not get to. Yeah, let's go, dude. I'm down. Let's book a trip.
Just, gotta check Google every now and then to see if the borders open up. Fuck.
Jason will have a car out there at some point. I'll just be like, hey, Jason, can I borrow your car? He'll be like, nah. Big time nah.
Yeah. But yeah, drifting out there is fucking whole different level, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, yeah, even just like I remember the first, like just pulling up to Nico and just watching the first people hit the corner. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know. I feel like people just drive slower. I don't know. People just drive slower, at least where I'm at.
Yeah. No, it's just Japan. Dude, they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah. It's like, completely different style.
They've been driving the same cars for 30 years and they just know the cars. They've been driving the same tracks for 20 something years. They just they know the line, they know the car, they know how to make it do what they need it to do. And they just go hard. It's so inspiring and frustrating at the same time.
Yeah.
The first time I went, I was just like, man, I am terrible. I gotta practice. I gotta drive. How do I drive a lot? I need to drive a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. They can they have so much more opportunity with their tracks.
Yeah. And a lot of the dudes in at Mahon and stuff, they'll go streeting all night and then they'll go to an event for the whole day.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I want to go to Mahon. I want to experience that in person.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
Crazy on video.
It's not. It's not even the same thing.
Yeah,
you have to check it out in person. And I've been to Ibisu. I went to Matsuri, to check it out. And there's some really excellent, impressive driving there too. But I would say the percentage is different, right? At Ibisu, for the Matsuri, there's a lot of people from out of town. And there's there are locals and stuff. There's I would say out of the handful of locals, probably 30% are unbelievable. And the rest are good, which is sick, right? But you go to Mahon and it's 50% of the cars there are unbelievable.
Yeah. It's just a gnarly track. I can't imagine driving that course not knowing what you're doing.
Yeah. It's
you're fucking hauling ass.
Yeah. And I've played it in games, and when I went down the front straight, I was I can't do this the way that I thought I was, or the way that I'm supposed to do this. I literally am afraid.
Yeah. I try to drive that course on a setup sometimes and try to feel cool. And it's I don't know. I can't even get it in the video game. I can't imagine what it'd be to do it in real life and be backwards coming at the wall. I could total my car. I could not total my car.
You should, yeah, I think that Seto stuff, hopefully it's like almost there. It's just like a little icy.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I have a tough time like figuring out how fast I'm going without like being on my speedometer. It's like I'm going that fucking fast. Like you don't feel like it. And then you're like, oh shit, like the corner's here. Like, oh, I've already fucking hit the wall.
Yeah. I enter like way too late in a Seto.
Yeah. Same.
Everyone's like, dude, you're entering like at the end of the corner. I'm like, I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah.
I think VR helps like a little bit. That's what like the people who use VR say. It's like you have more like perspective or whatever, but at the same time, like, I don't know, man. I think I'm just bad because I don't play that much.
Yeah. I think you really got to dedicate the time to it. And I don't know. I haven't. Like, yeah. Even though with my free time, like I could sit there all day, but it's like it doesn't pull me in. I'm stuck on Animal Crossing, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is deep,
dude.
I bought a Switch right when they like, because they shut down San Francisco first. And I was like at Target, I was like, I'm gonna get some toilet paper, I'm gonna get some snacks. And there was one Switch left in the little like lockbox, and I was like, I feel like that would be a good thing to buy right now.
Yeah.
So like I was like, I'm gonna get that. And I bought Super Smash Brothers. Dude, I have not played Super Smash Brothers since I bought that thing. That thing came home. I like set it up. She downloaded Animal Crossing, and I haven't seen it since, dude. Like,
damn, yeah. I don't know. It's an addicting game. I used to play it when I was younger, like the older games, and then I lost my save, and it was like I couldn't go back. I was like, that's it. Like I can't start again. Like it's gone. And then this game came out. I was like, oh, let's see.
I mean, it's cool though. She built me like a workshop in the basement. So you know, she's like, there's your mini fridge. There's your music player. There's like, you know, there's your toolbox. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm into this. All right.
People like ask me like what you do, and it's like, oh, I don't know. I fish. I fish. I shake trees for shit. I like try to get cool stuff, like sell turnips.
Dude, too much turnip, man.
Dude, too much turnip, bro. My sister's got some good prices, but the store's closed now, so it's over. That's just wild. People, there's like I played a lot, but there's people who are like so deep in that, like charging like real money for people to come to their island to sell for fake money.
Like actual cash?
Yeah. Or like some people want like certain villagers. Like, oh, I need this person. And people will like sell them. Like you pay me, and then I'll like, I don't know how they can get them to move out and go to your island, but then like they'll charge you money. I even saw on eBay, you can like buy shit.
I'm pretty sure that's not okay, dude.
Like I was on eBay looking at, I don't know what the fuck I was looking at, but this shit came up. There's like Nook Mile tickets. You can go to other islands.
Yeah.
The person was selling like 100 of them for like $10. I don't know how the fuck they're getting 100 of them, because I don't know, it takes a while to get them. But still, like they're making real money off hustling in this game.
Dude, that's crazy. Okay, that's fine. You want to sell like plane tickets for cash? I get it. But you want to sell your islanders, dude? I'm pretty sure we've been through this already. That's like not okay. Like,
yeah.
Like as long as they like come to your island and they're just chilling, you know, they don't work for you or anything. Like,
yeah, it's a wild. It's a deep rabbit hole. Yeah. For a while, my whole Instagram Explore page like got fucked up. I couldn't stop looking at Animal Crossing shit, and it's like all the cars are gone, everything's gone. It's literally just Animal Crossing on my page.
It wasn't like IG thoughts and like drifting stuff. It was like all Animal Crossing.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck. So I had to like, you have to like go in there and tell them I don't want to see this. Yeah, we're back to memes and fucking drifting.
Oh man, yeah. When I started dating my girl, she started like following like some of my friends and like me and stuff, and her Explore page just turned into like cars and like boobs pretty much. And she's like, what the fuck, like you ruined my Explore page. I'm like, I didn't do you following my friends, like that's showing you what they like. I don't know.
That's all funny.
Wasn't me. Yeah. Couldn't have been me.
Yeah, dude, it's weird. Sometimes I'll like I don't know, fall in a rabbit hole of like looking at certain shit on Instagram. It's like I just want to look at it for the time being, but it's like, nope, this is what you want forever now. It just fucks up your Explore page.
Yeah, mine's skateboarding. Like, dude, and some of those car repost page memes are so bad.
dude.
Like two-step videos, and you're just like, I don't care.
Yeah, dude. The one where they do like gnarly, just fucking street shows, like burnouts and shit. They'll pop up all the time, and I can't help but watch them because I don't know, some fucked up shit always happens.
Yeah.
Someone gets fucking wrecked, or like there's one with some girl getting fucking hit, and then she flies into another car.
Fuck,
dude. It was like head first into another car.
No.
Dude, it was a hard one to watch.
Yeah, that's bad, man.
Yeah, it's fucking shit up.
Yeah, there's like a lot of sideshow videos and stuff.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, that originates in our area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was popping off over here for a while. There's like a bunch of drama on Facebook. Like this whole like Russian like crew was like, when the quarantine started, like blocking off streets, like
doing sideshows.
Dude, they were like, I want to say they like blocked off like part of the highway or whatever, and we're doing
ripping
like
donuts,
just ripping in there.
Yeah, dude, that's like a Bay Area thing.
Yeah,
like there was like a drift dude who got in hella trouble. Like it was on the news and stuff. He was like, he like got into drifting, but he like hung out with like this mainly like the like sideshow people. Like sideshowing's like GTOs and like Corvettes and like Mustangs and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, for those of you who don't know, they like do donuts in the intersections while there's a lot of people standing around. And like sideshows like kind of started out as like they were post like Raiders football game things. They call them sideshows because it was a sideshow to the football game. Yeah. So like just outside of the Oakland Coliseum, there's like a ton of like neighborhoods where they like where all this stuff went down, right? Like International and Oakland, and so essentially like that's where it started. It's been going on for like a super long time, but Instagram turned it into like a thing, like its own thing, right? Like it wasn't just focused on the donuts. It was like a party in the street, pretty much. Like people would just drive crazy fast, or like people would be like drinking and partying in the street, and then like the donuts were just like a additional thing. And then like now like sideshow culture is like the cars and like doing donuts and like people trying to like touch them and stuff.
Dude, fucking insane.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to bring my car to one, because I feel like it would be so fun.
Yeah, I'm sure they get fucking lit. Yeah, I think I would go to one if I knew about it.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't know anybody, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, one dude that got into drifting, he bought a like 5.0 Mustang swapped s13, and him and like a bunch of other people shut down the freeway like right in front of the Oakland Coliseum, which is like one of the busiest freeways like in all of the Bay Area. So like a bunch of like trucks stopped, and then they all just like whipped donuts on the freeway, and they filmed it and they put it on YouTube, and it got on the news. And that's like it was like a purple S13 with a Silvia front end and like orange wheels. It was like super obvious who it was, right? So they went and the news went and found him.
Oh shit.
And they interviewed him. He's like, no, I was selling it. It was just, I let someone take it on a test drive. They're like, so you're saying you just gave your keys to someone and they went and shut down the freeway and did donuts? He's like, I don't know what they did with it. I was trying to sell the car. And like while they're having this conversation, they're having a conversation in front of the car, and the car he painted it red and like and painted the wheels black. So he like obviously like changed the color up and stuff.
Like, no, car's gone. I just got this one.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to sell it. They're like, why'd you paint it? He's like, because I like it this way better, pretty much.
Smart. Damn, that's wild.
I haven't seen that dude in a while though.
Damn, I'll have to look that up.
Yep.
I'd be fucking nervous as shit if someone came to interview me. I'm like, wasn't me, man.
Yeah, I think that guy was pretty good at saying that it wasn't him. He's pretty much the Shaggy of sideshows.
Nice.
I don't know. That's just some Bay Area sideshow meets drifting. They'll like shut down like the Bay Bridge and all kinds of stuff. You'll like see like donut marks like all over the place, but whatever. That's what you like to do it. Just don't kill anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Seems like people eat fucking shit. That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, people would try to touch the car and be like, almost got it. I saw one where the dude like is trying to touch the car, like getting close, like almost gets clipped. He's like, oh shit. And then just hops straight back up and then boom, gets fucking whipped. Like classic.
I mean, hey man.
It is what it is.
Darwin.
Yeah, Darwin theory, bro.
Just like, I don't know, there's like yeah, drift events, no one's really like standing. But like, I don't know, I've stood on the wall at Mahon. Like some would argue that that's a bad place to stand. But
True.
I'm behind a wall. So, and I do know like what happens when the cars mess up because I drive them. I don't know. I think it's usually like drunk people that are like trying to touch the cars.
Yeah.
So
very self-aware.
Yeah, they're inebriated, you know, and then they just go flying and they like get up and they're like, oh.
Yeah, that was sick.
The worst is like when someone's like riding in the passenger seat and they're like holding on to the handle and they get like flung out. Dude.
Oh, like sitting on the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like never want that to happen to me.
Yeah. That'd be fucking gnarly.
I want to learn how to rodeo drift though.
Dude, I just would bring that up. The left foot sitting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying to figure out where the fuck I would even attempt to do that.
Yeah. Jason and I were like planning on learning how to do that so we could do it at the wedding. But the location wasn't good for that sort of thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and that's like, I don't know, a little sketchy. Like you fucking fuck up. Or if the car, I saw some video of someone doing one and then the car transitioned.
Yeah.
So then you're on that, it like transitions.
Then you're on the outside. You
yeah.
Hold on.
Like, you know, like it's trying to push you off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Looks dope though. I think would it be easier on left-hand drive cars? Or I don't even know which car would be easier. No, it'd be what? Yeah, because we normally gas with our right foot. Right. So and you'd still gas your left foot or right foot.
Yeah, but it's further away.
Oh yeah. Fucking be sacking that door.
Yeah. I could probably do it though, because I'm tall.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I was just watching a video of people doing that. Or
one like you have to like throw the clutch in and like put it in first and then like let the clutch out like super slow and then just like switch pedals with your foot and then go for it.
I thought they always had it like almost rolling in first. Yeah, I was wondering how you'd come to a stop then after, just stall the car.
I don't know.
Unless, I guess.
Yeah, I guess just stall the car. Why not?
Like that.
You just hit the brakes and like let it die. Or you could pop it into neutral if you can reach.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I was just thinking about like I wanted to also learn that, and I was like, where the fuck would I even attempt to do that?
Have you ever seen like the old school videos from like Big X where there's a dude in the vert?
I think so. Wait, where at?
Big X is like it was this thing in Japan where they had like motocross and like drifting. It was pretty much like a
jump a laurel. They like would jump cars too, right? Yeah. I think I was just watching that like the other day.
Yeah. So like pretty much there's one dude who would just I don't know what his name is. Everybody like I'm not like super up on all the option people and everyone who's ever drifted in Japan. It's embarrassing, but you know what? I'll admit it.
Same.
Like, I fucking love that shit. And I've always wanted to learn how to rodeo drift. But like you can't just like pull up to a drift event and be like, hey, can I like sit on my door and
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking they do like private rentals at Evergreen. And then you pretty much can do whatever you want, like drift wherever.
Yeah.
I don't know how chill EMS would be with me, like getting out of my car and like maybe falling off of my car and getting run over. Like, oh, I'm just practicing, bro.
What about like, yeah. And then, okay, so like drifting probably looks really hard to people, but you know what looks crazy to me is the people that like put the car up on two wheels and like drive it straight. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. Like the shit in Dubai?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen
How do they do that?
Dude, I don't know.
And they do it from like flat ground too.
Yeah, they're just like, and then they're like chilling. I think I saw one where the dudes put it up on two wheels and then the people on the passenger side like switched off the wheels and swapped the wheels.
Yeah.
Dude, shit's fucking wild. I don't know. I can't even imagine trying to get like, I don't know how you'd even try to get your car like that.
I think like the Dubai like fishtailing, like Saudi Arabia like highway fishtailing stuff would probably be pretty easy. Like that doesn't look that hard.
Dude, they're going so fast though.
I had a foreign exchange student living at my house, and he's from Saudi Arabia, and he was like kind of important, I guess. We found this out later, but he was like the son of like a governor essentially in Saudi Arabia. But he's been in those cars. He's like they're most of all they're rental cars, and he's like, and they're all like weed dealers and shit, which is like a big deal.
What, weed dealers?
Yeah,
Like
they're like bad people. They're like weed dealers, like, you know, which isn't really like that bad to us, but like over there, it's like, you know, cut your head off shit, I guess.
Yeah.
And so like one of the dude's name, he had like a nick. So he like brought up on, I think it was like MySpace at the time. It was a long time ago. He brought up the videos that were like in like the like Saudi Arabian videos, like with all the like characters and stuff. And he showed me the videos, and like it would be like there was one dude and his nickname was Hitler because he killed like his cousin and his like younger brother doing it, but he like still does it. And he would drive like a 7 Series BMW, like a like newer one, and that was like his thing. Like they all have like nicknames, and like it's like this whole crazy like underground thing. It goes like a lot deeper than just like 4 dudes in like a car in a Camry.
It's a lifestyle, bro. Yeah, I was for some. They all the cars look the same, and I remember thinking like, I feel like these are just fucking rental cars.
Yeah, they're rental cars most of the time. They bring it back with like flat spots on the rear.
Yeah, like my tire got flat. I want a refund. Fuck. Yeah, I've watched a bunch of those. I've also seen a bunch of people eat shit on those too. It's like, I don't know, they'll line up like kind of in like a sketchy spots, and they're just on one road, fucking get marked.
Yeah, when they like fly off and clip a couple of people.
Yeah.
Like they're dead for sure.
Yeah.
Like at least like a sideshow, like you're gonna dent a corner panel, you might break a bone or something, and like someone might die. But like, dude, that stuff. Some of the ones I've seen.
Yeah, they're like like either like roll into like a sand mound where people are standing, or like a bunch of people, like fucking wild.
You just see like white robes like flying. You're like, oh man,
white robes disintegrate into thin air.
Dude, it's bad. I'm just gonna stick to drifting. What about you?
Yeah. After drifting, it's dust. And probably. Yeah.
What do you think? Like, what do you think's next in drifting? Like, what do you think? Like, I don't know. I'll leave it vague.
What I think next in drifting? Fuck, I don't even know what's in drifting right now. Like, I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. Like, where are we in drifting right now? I guess it depends on what kind of drifting you follow.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were just watching some old ass FD stuff, and it's wild to see. Like, I would have never thought. Like, I feel like if I was watching FD in the early years, like I would have never thought it'd be where it's at now.
Yeah.
It's wild to see. Like, me and my homie Ian were watching it, and we're like, damn, like we should have started drifting earlier. But I don't think I could even drive by then. But he's older than me. We were like, dude, you should have started drifting early. You could have been pro, bro.
Yeah, watching some of the old stuff where like people just had like cut and welds, or they like barely even had knuckles.
Yeah, I think like we were watching like maybe the first ever event of FD, like somewhere in like California. And it's like they're like the announcers are like, oh, like he's right behind him, mirroring every move, and it's like 4 car lengths.
Yeah.
Like, what is this dude talking about?
I guess that's the thing. Like, you see that from 10 years ago, like that was impressive, and then you like see now, like even on like a grassroots event, you have somebody like glued to the car in front of them.
Yeah.
In like lower powered cars and stuff, and then like on the pro level, you have some drivers who are able to just like stick to the other car.
Yeah.
D1 in FD, yeah, there's definitely people who can do that shit too. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I can only imagine where it's gonna go. Like, kids growing up seeing this. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, no, I'm gonna take it to the next level. Just gonna drive straight through everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking. yeah, the level of driving on FD is like, I don't know where, like how much. The only thing that could happen is like cars go fast. I don't know, the cars go faster or some shit, or like they start doing some weird extreme track shit.
Yeah, with like jumps and flames and
yeah, some Hot Wheels tracks, bro.
yeah.
Tandem through a fucking loop.
Whoa, that might happen.
Yeah,
The mega ramp of drifting.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, or like, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to envision where at least FD stuff would go, but I don't know. And I guess, fuck, I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know a bunch, but it's hard to envision where drifting will be in a few years, especially with like chassis falling off.
Yeah.
Think about that. Oh, like especially now, like just even the short time that I've been into it, like where S chassis are.
Yeah.
Like, it's so expensive because it's so rare.
Yeah. I got my 93 dual cam. It was like clean with like 160,000 miles on it, clean title for like $1,700 manual.
Like,
and that was like 2010, I think, is when I bought it. So I think that was like at the very bottom, and then it started like go back up a lot. But
yeah, like prices right now like are insane. So like they're gonna go extinct, and then it's like
yeah, then what? That's kind of what I have this like theory that we probably shouldn't hate on people driving other cars. You know?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, you get an S chassis or whatever. Like, yeah, but like some people got to drive something else, or there aren't going to be any left. Like if everyone drove S chassis, there wouldn't be any S chassis.
Yeah.
If everyone drove, XYZ, like there wouldn't be any left. Like it's happening in Japan. Like they're like running out of like JZXs, and there's only so many like people who bought big ass sedans in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's only so many S chassis left because everyone's exporting them all.
Yeah, prices over there are also going up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they used to be able to like just go grab a junkyard car and like slap it together. And now it's like they gotta like spend some money to drive one. But you get invested into a platform.
Yeah. I think. What do you think's the next chassis? I guess you're in a BMW. I think BMWs over here are popping off. Like, yeah, that's a popular one.
When I first got it, I kind of was hoping that I could make it cool because, first of all, I do think it's a good chassis with the right stuff done to like brace it and whatnot. But at the same time, it's like you gotta. I was trying to think of like I rode with a friend who had one, and I was like, wow, this is like stock with like coilovers. That's it. He's like, yeah. I was like, wow, this drifts pretty well, and it's like it's like it feels bigger, but it like feels like kind of staple in a way. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I drifted another one at another point. I was like, I think I can make it look cool, and I kind of want to like check it out as far as like driving and see if I can make it drive like aggressive and snappy. And I'm almost there. Like it's not exactly the same as an S chassis, but it's like it's easier to drive in a way, but it doesn't throw like a backy the same way like an S13 does.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that I don't know, there's just more of them. You know what I mean? Like as more people get into the sport, it's like accessible. Like, do we really want to only tell people they can drive this certain car? Like, or we're going to miss out on some really good drivers who like won't even try because they can't afford like a S13 or S14.
Yeah. I see BMWs as BMWs. I think FRSs are pretty cool.
Yeah, I almost bought one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to. I can't buy like a nice street car that I'm gonna drift with my friends because it'll never last.
Yeah, I've driven a couple, and like I remember meeting this one dude at Spear Peaks, and he had just like all he had was a PBM angle kit, and the shit was fucking romping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stock motor, stock.
Yeah, stock motor. And like he was like going fast and shit. And I was like, damn, that looks like a
Sick.
good car. And it's like has the newer features. I don't know. It feels more comfortable when you're in the car. Like you feel like you're in a new car.
Yeah. Like the AC works.
Yeah, exactly.
The windows roll down.
Yeah, rip. I pulled AC out of my car. Worst mistake ever. I'm really feeling it now. Looking swamp ass.
I mean, yeah, streetcar no AC is rough.
Yeah.
But maybe you wouldn't have won all those comps if you left it in.
Dude, maybe. I think I just pulled it out of laziness because it was easier to get the motor out. But there's just more away, and I was like, fuck this shit. I just ripped it all out.
Yeah, my car didn't come with one. It didn't come with a heater core or anything. So I was like, nah. Damn. The guy I bought it from, like, that was like part of the reason I got the car too. Like it was caged, running, no interior, but he welded in a roof. So it was like no sunroof. He welded it, like got rid of the heater core, like put a plate in there, like got everything pretty much ready to go and just gave up. But no one wanted to buy it because it looked like it was thrashed. So I got it for I got a running caged M3 for like $3,000 or something.
Damn.
It was cool.
Good price.
I don't know. Would I go back to S chassis? I think most of my teammates would like it if I did.
Yeah, I've heard.
But you know, Brandon got tagged as Jason. No, Brandon got tagged as Julian, and Julian got tagged as Jason's car, like yesterday.
Damn.
I was like, that shit ain't ever gonna happen to me, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to try driving BMW. I don't know if I've ever actually driven a BMW in general, but
yeah, I mean they're cool. I don't know, like if you have like a really nicely set up like SRS chassis, it's the shit. But you can drive mine, man. I'll let you drive my car.
Word, we can trade off. You can try mine. Let me know.
I'm getting real sad because I drove Jason's on 15s and I was like, man, this is good. It's like SR 15s.
Oh yeah, I'm stoked on that.
His little daily.
Yeah, that's sick.
It drives really well and it's like super clean on the inside. I was like, man. Jason's kind of like started to hoard S chassis shells a little bit too. So like, I think if the time ever comes where I go back, I'm just gonna call him up, be like, hey man, it's time, and he'll be like,
time to make the switch.
Let's go.
Yeah, perfect time to hoard S13 shit for sure.
Would you ever drive anything else?
I'd probably go back to a Miata, honestly.
Yeah.
I have like I want like a PS Deuce kit.
Okay.
Boosted 1.8.
Sick.
Yellow and some knuckles.
My friend Andy was like the first one to import that PS Deuce kit.
Hell yeah.
He had a SR Miata. He's good too. He's really good. He kind of drifts still. He has like a NA Z C33 with like a cage and angle kit, and that's it. But yeah, he had like a really cool SR Miata for a long time. He was like the SR Miata guy.
Damn, that's dope. Yeah, I think I'd go back to Miata. Those things are so fun to drive. I've never had knuckles on one, so I think that would be, I don't know.
Yeah, he was the one like making knuckles for a while too. He had like a he had a knuckle kit for him. But I drove one with the knuckles. It was pretty crazy because it's like that super short wheelbase, but it had like a ton of lock. It was.
Mm-hmm. They're so tiny. I don't know. It feels like a go-kart.
Yeah.
Just like how. Yeah, it feels like anything that's right outside. Like the door panels are thin. Like that's what I like about the S chassis too. It feels like you're right there. Versus like a lot of newer cars, you feel like you're fucking. I don't know. Just very far away from the outside of the car. Hard to gauge like where you're at.
Yeah, I think some of the newer cars too, like the FRSs, like those things crumple hard if you hit somebody.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, I actually ran into an FRS and mine, like nothing happened to her car.
Really?
It got like fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like crunched my whole front, or like it crunched like the corner and like destroyed my arm. And I think her bumper like fell off.
Was that at an event?
Yeah, it was at Super D New Year's Eve, like 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
shit, you came to that?
yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Was your car different at the time, or am I just have a bad memory?
It was like it was pretty much white. It was like a light pink. But
I like it now.
Thanks. I went down there, but I'm like, I don't know, in like social gatherings, like I'm pretty bad. Like I only like, I want to say like recently in the last like 2 years started making like good homies at like the track and stuff. Cause I'd like go and like, I'd be so nervous, like not talk to people.
Whoa. All right.
Dude. Yeah. It was wild.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if I've never really had that problem. Like I made so many friends at the track, like just going to like the Wednesday nights. It's a Sonoma. It's just a Sonoma. I met Jason there. I met like Julian there. I met like it was just they were all just like the local dudes, pretty much. Like all and like a bunch of my friends I still like talk to today and like would just go hang out with, like not even do car shit.
Oh, yeah, it's good shit.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah, it sucked. It was like I remember the first like year or two of drifting, I'd get like, I don't know, I wouldn't get like bad anxiety, but like I'd be so nervous. Like I'd go to an event and like almost like not talk to anyone, like pay drift and then like go home. Cause like none of my homies, like I try to get some homies to come out and like no one would want to go drift. No one wanted to actually go to a track. Like I was the only one who would go and I'd be like texting like, yo, I'm drifting. Or, like, I don't know, I'd be in a group chat with someone, but like no one else is there.
How weird is that like your good friends that aren't into it, like won't like, you're like, this is like sick though. Like you should come. Like it'll be cool. Like you could ride in the car.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to come do that. They're like, nah, I'm good. Like
I don't know. It's wild. And like when I first got into it, like we were all getting into cars at the same time. So it's like we had this vision, like we would all start to drift and then we'd all get hella good and like whatever. But then like, I don't know, everyone tapered off or whatever.
Yeah.
I think not for everyone. So
I think if you go and you're not like pretty good right off the bat, it's like hard to keep going.
Yeah. My friend bought a Miata because like that's what I was driving. He got one and then, but he wanted to cheap out on coils. So he got like some cheap ass coils and like they were set up all wrong. And like I couldn't even drive the car, but he went to one event, brought the car. It was like impossible to drift. And then he was like over it and sold it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I mean, that happens a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to have like a little bit of, I don't know, to get into it on the level that like people like us are, where it's taken over our life pretty much. I think you have to have like a little bit of like natural ability, I guess, or to just know that you're not good and you're going to get better.
Yeah, dude, it's wild because I don't remember like the very early steps of learning how to drift. Like I don't remember not being able to drift. If that makes sense. Not to like hype myself up and be like, oh, I'm hella good driving, but it's like I don't. Maybe they're there and the memories are just gone somehow. But I don't remember ever going out and like speeding out a million times.
Okay.
Like I remember I had the single cam.
Hey, dude, fuck you, dude.
And we would go like parking lots, and I have a video of me like hell long ago, like just doing donuts. And it looks like I'm chilling. I remember that day, and like I don't remember struggling. And then the Miata, like I wasn't a great drifter, but like I never felt like it was too much of a struggle. That sounds like I sound like an asshole, but those some memories. Like I don't remember not being able to drift.
I was always able to slide the car, but like transitioning was difficult. I was always able to like power over. I could power over pretty easily. Like the initiation thing, I didn't really understand, and then someone like had to explain, like, all right, so clutch kick, you got to like put your foot on the gas, and then you kick the clutch, and then you more gas, and then the back, and then let off the clutch, and it will like the car will like stick it, like will come out, and then you have to counter steer. And then I tried it for the first time, and it did it, and I was like, oh, like I'm the man, dude. Like no one could see me, bro. Like, and then like I had like a little bit of trouble with like e-brake entries because like I'm like, do I put the clutch in? Like what? Because I tried one first and didn't put the clutch in. I was like, all right, that didn't work.
Oh yeah, I didn't learn how to use the handbrake for a while.
Yeah.
Like I remember I went to like a drift school thing, and someone like was like, "Oh yeah, try using the handbrake." I was like, "For what? For what am I gonna do?" Like, "I'll just drive towards the cone and rip that shit." And I was like, "What the hell?" No,
like, nah, man, just clutch kick all day.
Yeah. But
I think that's, dude. I think that's really important. Is like learning to clutch kick at the same time or before learning to e-brake enter. Because I feel like the people who like learn how to e-brake enter first have, it's like it like almost sets off like a different driving style.
Yeah, they put hydros in their cars.
Yeah. Like it's like, all right, the car is now at angle, okay, and then floor it. Like because I was always trying to get that like initiation, because like it teaches you how to like flick the car if you start to clutch kick. Because it won't, like if you like clutch kick going,
yeah, you can't just like be, yeah.
You can't clutch kick going straight. You can't do like a straight entry and clutch kick. Like you can turn in and pull the e-brake and then go, but like you have to like flick the car to clutch kick at like kind of a straight entry. And I think that's the difference between like fast entries versus e-brake entries.
Yep.
Because it's really hard to learn that later.
Yeah. I feel it. Yeah, a lot of people. I see a lot of people who just, you'll drive fast, like, oh, I'm going to do a gnarly ass entry. And it's like, you just went fast and ripped the handbrake. It's like, yeah, you're drifting, but.
I think that's, so that's kind of like the weird thing. I think that's like the difference between like kind of the grassroots mentality, or at least like the people that I hang out with. They like it's very like focused on like the entry. Like the entry is super important. Like if you don't throw down like a big like aggressive looking fast entry, like it just doesn't feel good. Like it doesn't look cool. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like the same thing in like skateboarding or whatever. Like if you like run up to the rail with your skateboard and like jump on it and go down, it's like not as cool as like flying in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I was like hella stoked on Super E, like the one that came to Spirit, because I was like, damn, this is like what I've always wanted. Like when I go to Spirit, it's like I'll drive the first corner. I'll just try to go fast, do the first corner, whatever, maybe link the second corner, and then I just grip the rest of the track and just try it again.
Yeah, there was like some dude, I guess, who wanted his money back, like a spectator. He's like, you guys are just drag racing in the first corner. Like, I want to see drifting.
Dude, yeah, there was like, I remember some like shit popping off like on Facebook about like people being hella butthurt about Super D.
Really?
Or like, yeah, I think it was just the style. I think people just didn't understand what Super D Cup was, or I guess like just Super D in general. Because like people who go to Spirit go to like hot lap and just hot lap.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It was a different style, and a lot of people didn't know that coming into it.
Yeah. Well, that course is so wide. It doesn't really like, it's not very technical.
So yeah, like, exactly. So people go there for like, I don't know. It's a good place to like learn how to drift in tandem and stuff.
Yeah.
But the appeal, I feel, for a lot of people is like, I get to drive a bunch, and like these corners are wide, so I get to like pull up to my homies and shit. Yeah. So like a lot of people are thrown off. It's like, oh, it's this one corner, you're going hella fast.
Yeah. Some people embraced it though. I think.
Yeah.
Some people were like, wow, that's cool. All right, I'm going to try it. And some people were like, this is not for me. But you know what? That's not going to be for everybody.
Exactly. But I was fucking stoked.
I didn't think about it. It would be a good spot to learn how to tandem. Because it's like super wide. You can kind of just like get close to people like as you get comfortable. If everyone's just like lapping the whole thing, like driving kind of slow. Because that like whole back section, you can just kind of like stand on it and like point the car.
Yeah, the like really backs, the far sweeper. Yeah, people just fucking sit on it, fucking roast your tires.
Yeah, I don't know how, because dude, that pavement like goes through tires so much.
Yeah, if you probably linked the whole course like 3 times, like you probably killed one. Like you'll kill one tire first, of course.
Yeah,
but it's shredded.
We went to go test it out in 2018 on the way back from Canada. Like I burned through like a whole, like I used one set of tires the entire time for 2 days at DUI. And then I went there and I put a brand new set on and they were smoked in like an hour.
Damn.
Because it's a course that pretty much like promotes just flooring it and like.
I think I feel like a lot of people expected to come through and like, I don't know, hot lap and like do shit like that.
I mean, I'm all for hot lapping. I like hot lapping too, but I think that like as they brought the course in tighter, people were like, "Oh, I can't just like floor it around the main sweeper and then back." I had to like fly in. I don't know. I had fun. I like that layout.
Yep,
it's cool because it was like
the drop off.
The entry is like downhill, and then it drops off like in the first corner. So you like really have to, like, you can't throw it. Like you have to throw it crazy hard to like get it to rotate, but then like you can't throw it too hard because then as soon as that like elevation changes, it gets like icy too.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much like, I don't know, you like 3-wheel or like, I remember watching clips of Aaron's car on it.
3-wheeling.
Yeah, hard. Shit, like I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I actually got a 3-wheeling picture. That's like the first time I've ever gotten a picture of me 3-wheeling.
Oh hell yeah!
Sick. I was like, dumb the man.
Dude, that was the goal. When I went to Nico, I wanted to get the classic like wheel up. It was fucking hard. I don't know. It's hard to tell from inside the car. I was trying to just go as fast as I could, huck it, and just try to get out to the bank.
So your first time driving in Japan, like first lap out, like were you pretty nervous or?
No, I was hella excited, and I think the car was.
It was just like a practice day.
No, it was like I don't know. It was like a legit event, and like everyone's car was like nice as hell. But like Rosel's homies with all of them, so he got us in, and we're like in these beater ass cars. He's in some Cresta, and I'm in the R32, like the most beat cars there. Like everyone else is like when we got there, I remember looking at the cars, like, damn, like maybe they're doing like also like a little car meet or something. Mm-hmm. All the cars are so nice, but all those cars were out ripping.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like mint ass cars. But I think that my first lap, I think the intercooler actually popped off. One of the piping popped off. And the toe in the rear was like kicked way out.
Oh, so, man.
Like, dude, I'd be going slow in like third gear and it just like start fishtailing.
Yeah, that's bad.
Scary. But he's some FD driver or some like pro driver from Europe had like came and rented the car, and I guess that's how he set it up for Ebisu. I was like, what the fuck?
Everybody's got their style, you know?
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, how the fuck do you go fast? Like, you can't grip, like, to go straight.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, but I don't know. I was able to, like, link the course, but, like, I got, like, maybe one. I don't know. I got, like, a handful of, like, decent entries, but nothing like the top Nico drivers. Like, this shit's wild.
Yeah. I mean, they've driven it so many times.
Yeah. And they're fucking flying. Like I was trying to fly, but like flying like them. And they have like, you learn how to like grip like the corners right before the straight.
Yeah.
Cause like that was my biggest, like I couldn't figure out how to.
I have a lot of trouble with that too. It's like, how do you like set up that corner to like get onto the straight as fast as possible?
Yeah. They had it down. I was driving like one of his like he like has some sponsored drivers over there. Mm-hmm. And like, he was in his missile car and I was like trying to chase him, like just trying to watch his line. And he would just like kick it out for a hair and then just gone. And then like he gained like, I don't know, like 5 car lengths on me. I was like, damn, that was fucking
see ya.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I'm just trying to watch your line, bro.
Too soon, Julio.
Yeah. Dusted. But yeah, I want to go back. I want to drive some more tracks.
You should.
I didn't get to see any street drifting either, which I wish I would.
I have, but I didn't get to see the street drifting I wanted to see.
Okay.
Like, it was like on my first trip in 2016. I was with my girlfriend, and we planned like a Japan trip, and I didn't really plan any drifting stuff. I spent like half the trip like being like, oh, today can we do this? And she's like, I wanted to go here. I'm like, but this is like, it's.
Oh, she like planned everything out. Like,
yeah. I was like, but you don't understand. This is so important. So I did that like 15 times. she was just like over it. But like it was like I could have gone to like a very cool street drifting session.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately I used all my like this is super important. I used
ran out
too
of those
early in the trip. Yeah, because it was like I was about to get left there, dude. Like so I mean I try to be a good person and respect the other human that I was with on the trip. So I didn't go. But you know what? There's always next time. And I've said that every time I've gone, and I haven't gotten to live that experience yet. But I will.
Next time, bro.
Yeah.
I saw I went to Seoul for a little bit, for a week when I was over there.
Yeah.
And we went street drifting with some dudes in Genesis coupes.
What?
They get down, bro.
Get out of here. In Korea?
Yeah, in Korea.
How'd you meet them?
Well, I had a friend who skated over there, and he let me bum in his place.
Yeah.
And he knew I was into drifting. I was like, yo, my homie Choi like drifts and like goes up to the Toge or like goes to like these streets.
What?
So like I linked up with him just like a random day. Like this dude I've never met, like hit me up on Instagram. I was like, yo, like where do you want me to pick you up? Like picks me up, and we're like in his like Genesis coupe. Like I think it was just a turbo and like knuckles or something.
What? That's so sick.
Like, dude, it was gnarly. And like I remember posting clips.
You out there in the Korean Mustang, dude.
Dude, yeah, like linked up with some like two other dudes in Genesis coupes, like one gnarly built and then like an S13. And we went to this place that looked just like Daikoku, like classic, like, wide road with like the strip in the center and like a bunch of semis.
Yeah.
They do the fucking same shit, like come in, fucking huck it. It was insane, dude. And we were out there for like 2 hours. No one said anything.
Oh, that's so sick. That's so cool.
It was wild. And I remember posting clips and people were like, damn, like Japanese drifting fucking next level. I'm like, bro, I'm in fucking Seoul. Like, this shit wild.
That's the coolest thing, man. I love that.
Dude, it was, yeah.
I got to get to like
the Genesis coupe.
I want to go to Poland and hang out because there's like lots of BMW drift people there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go hang out there. I feel like that'd be cool. I got offered a car from like one of the dudes there. It's like, yeah, man. Like, all right, let's go. And they're left-hand drive. Let's go. But I kind of want to, man, dude, that's crazy. That's so cool that you got to go streeting in Seoul.
Dude, it was wild.
I can't imagine like what other places. I was in Peru, and the day that I left, this kid hit me up. He's like, we're going streeting. Like, you could drive my E36. Yeah.
Damn.
He's like, you're in Peru? You're in Lima? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm leaving today. And he's like, oh man, we're going streeting tonight. Like, come drive my car. And I was like,
what the fuck? Damn, the last one that go street in Peru.
Dude, and like I can only imagine, bro. Like just the like traffic to get to the airport is like insane.
Yeah. All my family's from Peru. Which is wild. Like Trujillo, which is like, I don't know, a little bit south of Lima. Okay. But yeah, traffic is wild. Like, I don't know, 90% of taxis. Like,
dude,
where were they even? I can't even imagine where you'd go.
I was in this taxi.
Go up to the road.
I don't know, man. It was like some kid with the E36, and he said I could drive it, and I was so hurt. I was so sad because it was like it was crazy. I was like walking around Lima, and I'd randomly you'd see like a super cool car. Like I saw like a R32 like GTR, like not even like GTST or anything. Like parked up in like this like kind of like bougie neighborhood like apartment building like gated area, and I was like, okay, I see you
everywhere.
When you get up to like Cusco, because we went to like Machu Picchu because we're tourists.
Hey, we did the same.
You like get on the train, plays the pan flute. It was like right when like Mask Off came out by Future. It was like on the train, like, you know,
playing that.
No, like on the train, like to Machu Picchu, they like they play a little pan flute song like the whole time.
Yeah,
it sounds a lot like the Future Mask Off song.
Oh, yep.
Anyway, whatever. It's a dumb story. But yeah, like Cusco, dude, everyone drives like tiny like hatchbacks.
Yep.
With like stock suspension and like graphics like crazy, and like GT wings and like all this like really like and like super wide like wheels that poke like super far. Like that's just the look, man. and like hella neon.
Damn. In all my time of being in, like, I've gone back a few times. I don't think I've ever seen like any modified car. That's crazy.
It was like it was weird. I saw like a shop that like did them too, and there was like actually like pretty cool one like outside the shop. But like you could tell like most people just bought like a Yaris and like put like giant XXRs on it and
that just poke out.
Yeah.
Like, this is
but
my
it's up,
I guess.
It's up in the mountains, so everybody like runs these like little like hatchbacks, but they're all like they're like weird, you know, they're like weird cars I've never seen before, or like Yaris's, like old Yaris's and stuff. It's kind of sick actually. It's like that's like their style.
Damn, that's dope. Yeah. I went up to Machu Picchu, but I think we just went straight to the shit. And I think I was way younger, so I don't think I would have noticed. I did almost fucking, dude, I remember trying to take a picture of a llama or alpaca. Like almost like I'm so focused on this fucking viewfinder that I almost walk off this little
like
cliff.
One of the edges.
Dude, exactly. Like I'm like, oh, you just back up some more. And someone's like, what the fuck? My mom's like, watch out. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna fucking died.
Dude, I was so sad you get up there and it's like fake grass. You're like, come on. Like some of it's like fake grass. Yeah, I think there's like, dude, when we went, it was like, I felt like I was going to a theme park, man. It's like a bunch of lions and like, you're like, oh, like I'm going to this like crazy like ruin that like doesn't make any sense, but it's like hella people, like hella tourists like taking pictures and doing all that stuff. So we like walked up to the top pretty much. And like you could see it from the top, and then like once you like go up there, it's pretty crazy because you could see like, holy shit, like they really got like these giant rocks on the top of this mountain, and you look and there's like, how did they do it?
Damn, you know what? I've never thought of how they've constructed Machu Picchu. Same with I don't know what the other rocks are called.
Stonehenge.
That.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro.
Aliens, bro.
Aliens, dude.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
It's got to be aliens.
Damn.
We're like past civilization. Or like we were better at stuff than we thought we were back then.
Yeah. Wonder what the future holds for
We're living in a simulation, man.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it's pretty cool. At least we get to like drift in the simulation.
Dude, but if we knew we were in a simulation, we could give less fucks.
Yeah, true.
We'd have to live out our simulation life in jail or some shit. So then it would suck.
I feel like my chase game would be better if I knew I lived in a simulation. I'd be like, it's cool, man. Like, I'll just fix it.
I'll just wake up like the Matrix. Yeah. It's the Matrix shit, dude. It's what I'd seen the Matrix when I was younger, but I didn't like I rewatched it like maybe like 2 years ago. Yeah. And then I realized how fucking dope it was. Like the first one was Rodeo and he's getting sucked out of everything. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, my girl watched it and she like hated me. She hated it. She hated it. And I like always like be like, oh, can we watch the next one? Like, fuck you, no.
I have a theory that Elon Musk isn't really that smart. He just watched The Matrix. Because like most of the shit that he talks about is like
just straight
The Matrix. Yeah, it's like, dude, you just watched The Matrix, bro. Like I watched it too. Like I'm not impressed.
I just replied to all his tweets. I knew that, bro.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I don't know how to build like rockets and shit, but like I don't think he does either. He just like hires people who do.
Yeah. He just
maybe he does. I don't know. I think I'm selling him short a little bit. He's a smart dude.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen like his interviews with like Joe Rogan? Or who was with when he was talking about like the early stages of wanting to do all the underground like traffic stuff.
Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I just did it.
Yeah, he's like,
they're like, who let you do that? He's like,
how? He's like, well, yeah, I just built a pit. I just dug a hole.
Yeah, he's like,
like how?
I just dug a hole.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah.
Like, oh. And he's like, yeah, but who let you dig the hole? He's like, I just dug it.
Yeah. He's like, how? What's a shovel? Like, I got some friends. We made a pit. And we're like, oh, yes, traffic. This will save traffic. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. He couldn't wrap his head around it. He's like, well, you're so busy. He's like, yeah, but I dug a pit.
Like, being kind of a technology guy, like listening to Joe Rogan talk about technology kind of drives me crazy sometimes because he's like, almost there, but it's like listening to like somebody who watches Formula D try and tell you about drifting. You know what I mean? Like, or like who doesn't? I don't know how to explain it. He's close.
Yeah.
Like he asks questions. It's like, oh, like if I fucking wish I could have a conversation with Elon Musk.
Bro, put him on, bro. We just gotta blow this shit up.
Yeah, dude. He's actually next week.
Yeah, tune in, like, comment, subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's on.
At Elon Musk for me. Let's get him on here. This is just gonna get like someone's just gonna chop the part where I talk shit about Joe Rogan and how I could interview Elon Musk better, and then like I'm gonna go viral, homie.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be on that episode, and then you're just gonna get tons of sponsorships for drifting because like that's how the internet works. Like Tekashi 6ix9ine, he's like he just is rich.
Yeah.
Get out of jail for snitching. Get out of jail early for snitching, and then you're rich. That's crazy.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, that's some wild shit. Yeah, I follow when Tekashi shit. I was watching this like gnarly ass podcast, like going real deep into it, and then Corona hit, and they just stopped putting out episodes.
Corona's the time to put out podcasts. Ask me how I know.
Yep. Yeah, time to put out podcasts and stream on Twitch.
Yeah, I was like just with my friend Alex Dalton, who makes drift videos. I'm tired. He makes drift videos, or used to, and he started streaming. I was like, all right, that's 2020, dude. Everybody got to stream or do a podcast or like, I don't know, sell their bathwater. It's on, dude.
Dude, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, the amount of OnlyFans that have been created in the last couple months has got to be insane.
You know what, dude? Supply and demand.
Hey. Yep.
Economics.
Love it more, but
if I was a chick, I would do it. I'm not gonna lie. I'd sell my bathwater.
Yeah, that's fucking deals, bro. That's recycling. You're saving the planet.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you don't have to bathe in it. Like, you can just say it's my bathwater. Yeah, it's from a bathtub.
Yeah, just out of the sink, just fill it up.
Yeah, dude. I'd
ship it out.
Put some glitter in there, you know, shake it up. There you go. Spray some fucking, I don't know, girly smells. I have like no sense of smell, so I don't really know. I don't know what you would put in there, but I feel like someone would care.
Yeah.
So when people say you smell me, I have to be like, yeah, but I don't actually.
Wait, you can't smell at all? You have just a bad sense of smell?
I have a really bad sense of smell. Like, I can smell things that smell really bad or really good. But I can't, you know, when people are like, oh, this smell is familiar, or like, oh, this person has like a scent, or like, oh, this dude, none of that shit. I can't.
Shit.
I'm like smell blind. Like I can see that there's someone in the distance, but like I can't. I don't know who it is.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why my other senses are heightened, you know, like vision, and I'm wearing glasses, so that's not a good example.
Dude, I was just thinking that. You got glasses on, bro.
What else? What other senses are there? Hearing. My hearing used to be really good, but then drifting ruined it. Touch.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. That's it, dude. That's
all you need, bro. Touch.
All right, dude. I think we did like, I don't know. What time did we start this? 11 o'clock? 11:30? Wow.
Time flies, bro.
Time flies when you're having the best time. When you're having the goodest time.
Having the goodest time. Dude, so I was trying to, like, I can get to your YouTube through my subscriptions, but sometimes I'll just like be lazy and type in Goodest on YouTube.
Yeah.
So hard to find. I was like, it should be chill. YouTube should know I'm subbed. Like, let me just type in Goodest. And then it's like top 10 podcast to watch. Like, has nothing to do with the Goodest word. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, man.
Bullshit,
put in Goodest cast.
Algorithm fucked.
Yeah. Well, I put out one bad podcast, and now they're not sending me any more people.
What is your bad podcast?
All of them.
No, bro. You better back these up.
Yeah, they're saved to the mainframe.
Oh, good shit.
They're saved into the matrix. It'll be okay.
Fuck, what if it's all simulation, bro? It'll be all for naught.
Then they're definitely backed up. Even just this interaction right now is being backed up if it's a simulation.
Oh, fuck.
Boom. Yep.
It goes too deep, bro.
We're just in a hard drive somewhere.
Yeah. Have you seen Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Shit's good shit.
Yeah.
I always ask people. Sometimes people don't watch it and then I lose my shit.
I mean, dude, it's just like, it's too close.
Dude, you know the one with the fucking, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but.
It's okay, no one listens to this.
In case you watch, I'm sorry. But the one where he gets like blackmailed to do, it's like something about puppet dance. The one where he's on the computer and then they're like, oh, we got this video of you. The kid, oh fuck, he's like on his computer and he like beats off to some shit. And then someone messages him and is like, we saw what you did, blah, blah, blah. You got to do all this fucked up shit for us.
No, but that's pretty realistic. I think that happens now.
Dude, I got a scam email.
What?
That was just like that. Dude, it was fucking freaky because they're like, we know one of your passwords is blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And the password, it wasn't the right password, but it was so close. I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, we saw you watching so-and-so and like, it was hot shit. You got good taste. And then they're like asking me to send $5,000 to them. And I was like, what the fuck? This is just like Black Mirror, bro.
You're like, bitch, I don't have $5,000. Like, let them know. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. But I don't know. I'm not like paranoid about shit. People watching me on my computer, but I do tape up my camera on my computer.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So you and Mark Zuckerberg are like the same person pretty much.
Yeah. I sip water really weird as well.
I rode in an elevator with him, dude. He's for sure a robot, 100%.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I even cracked a joke and like no one laughed. It was so uncomfortable.
No way.
I was with my coworker. I was with two of my coworkers, and it was like him and his security guard. And like they have these elevators where like you push a button, you say what floor you're going to, and it tells you which elevator to get in because it's like more efficient or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like he hit it, and we were like on the other side, and like it just told us to all get in the same elevator. And I think out of like respect, we're probably not supposed to, but we did like just because we're dumb.
Yeah.
And it was like elevator D, and I was like, oh, get in D elevator. And like nobody said shit. No one smiled. No one said anything. My coworkers just looked at me like, you serious, man? And then my other coworker said hi to him 4 times in the elevator, and he didn't say anything back. It was the most uncomfortable.
Oh my
situation.
God.
It was so funny.
He's still processing your joke. He's like, fuck, I can't find it. He's like, yeah, we always joke about one of my old boss techs, like being a cyborg or robot. He's on top of all his shit, but then certain things he's like awkward at. So I always make jokes about like having normal human interaction. He just like freezes or has to like reboot or like download some new software to get the joke.
Humor module not found.
Exactly. Damn, that's wild. Hi. Was he just staring? Like, what was he doing? Just staring off into the distance? Or like,
I think I said hi too. It was pretty awkward because he's just like looking down. I was like, "How's it going?" And then like nothing. And then my coworker's like, "Hey," he didn't say shit. And then like my coworker is like super awkward too. So it was, and I'm kind of awkward and like I'm awkward in situations often, but my coworker is like really fucking awkward.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it was just this like awkward moment in time. Like I'm pretty sure that's how I know we live in a simulation, is because of how awkward that was.
Fuck.
And the fact that, like, you know, how often do you get to ride in an elevator with the guy that made me waste all of my time ever?
Dude, right?
Like, hey, bro, thanks for ruining my productivity for the last 15 years.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. If I knew how fucking deep I'd get into Instagram and Facebook when it came out, I would have fucking avoided that shit. Sometimes I'll just delete the app, and then, but I'll always just open up my phone and be like, where? Oh, I'll be
Dude,
like,
I do the same thing, and then you have it like you can go to it on the web browser too, which is trouble, man. Like they should have done that.
Yeah,
I can
and
go
now you can message on there too.
Yeah, they
I
did
kinda
that.
like
I'm like,
that,
I'm like,
though.
how am I supposed to like?
Get anything done.
Yeah, now I'm at work and I can go on Instagram on my computer. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hey man, I got stuff to do. That's why I'm on the computer. All right? If I'm on my phone, like I still have stuff to do, but probably less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks for inventing Instagram, man. Or I guess he didn't invent it, but
yeah, he bought it
out and all that shit.
Yeah, he also put it on the website. He made it a web browser ability.
Yeah, I have a tab open right now.
So do I. Sorry, I sent you the link to join this. That's why.
Oh, yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's nice to delete it every now and then. I think I went like a whole like month and like completely like disabled it for a bit.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Did you feel free?
A little bit. But I think now I use it more for like, I don't know, like chatting with people. Like if that makes sense. I use it more for like over like Messenger and stuff. Like I don't text people on iMessage. It's like I message them on Instagram.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It kind of sucks because I want to get away from that, but it's so smart because like I deleted Facebook like 2.5 years ago. It was super annoying because it's like, oh, well, just like send me a message on Facebook. I'm like, can I just have your number? Like, I know this is weird, but like I don't have Facebook, or just text me, and then people will be like super reluctant to do it.
Bro,
like,
I haven't given my number out in years.
Yeah.
Find me on Instagram, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like super weird. And then now that Instagram's that, it's like, I can't delete Instagram. How am I gonna and then you'll be like 3 days into deleting the app and you'll be like, oh, I gotta send this person a message, or like, oh,
how am I gonna talk to this person when I don't have their number or friends on Facebook?
Yeah, well, especially like with this podcast thing, like if I want to like reach out to somebody, like that's how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I just have to be better at
They got us, bro. We're
gotta learn how to say no, just like Dare taught me in middle school.
Oh, say no to drugs, bro.
Yeah, because social media is a drug.
Dude, it is.